We live. I'm back 9 bits, baby.
I screwed mine up already.
Oh, no.
We're live.
Rory, don't do that.
What is going on, Byron?
Hello, Eric. How are you, my friend? Happy
Very
Sunday
good.
night.
Very good.
You just got back from Vegas. I just got back from Iowa City. Go Hawks. Man, fun game today. Iowa Hawkeyes, number 13 ranked girls, and then they took on the Wolverines and kicked their ass at home at Carver. Nice. So lots of fun for Mrs. Maniac's birthday. Shout out to her. Happy birthday.
Oh, was that a birthday gift? Young. That was a birthday gift that you gave her?
From her aunt. Our Piper Jean and Paula Jean has season tickets, and she gave Caitlin season tickets for today. And then we went and stayed at the casino out in Riverside Casino, where I played conference golf back in college. So some good memories there. And they have a shower that's got like a curtain around it, but on the side of where the beds are. So if you move that curtain, you can it's just a window. So it's a really weird situation. Like the shower can be very non-private. You know, it's like one of the few hotel rooms that is like goofy like that, you know? So we were laughing and she sent off like a Snapchat to everyone and was like, oh, you had Riverside, right? And it was all the golfers because we all stayed at that hotel when we were in college and we all knew exactly which one she was talking about. So we won money on roulette, took a couple spins, saw some guy cash in big. He won like a couple $1,000s on 00. Then I put $2 on 00 and we turned that into 70 because it hit 00 again. Whenever you're doing roulette, you go back. You go back to the number. Like you always play the number that just hit because it usually I don't know. It's one of my methods.
Well, I'm going to let me segue into my last week. I was in Vegas for a wedding, and Byron, my luck was awful. I was actually trying to tell you this story before we went live, and I was all distracted. A buddy of mine is really into gambling, very into gambling.
Yeah.
And you kind of know the backstory of it. I'm not going to tell the people here. I don't need to be that personal with it. But what ended up happening is this guy does not care about losing money, because the ultimate game is to win money. And the more money you put into it, the more money you can get out of it. And so we were just we flew in Wednesday morning. We got to Vegas 8:45 a.m. So 8:45 a.m. We go straight to Bellagio because that's his place. He loves going to Bellagio. There's a better poker room for him or whatever. So we're going, and I paid for his plane ticket, so he gave me the money back for the plane ticket. So I got $400 in my wallet, just 100 crisp dollar bills. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to stretch this out as long as I possibly can. This is going to be my whole gambling money for the week. I'm not a big gambler. Like, I don't want to put a lot of money in.
Yeah.
So he goes out on the floors and loses like $400 right off the rip. Like, it isn't even 30 minutes into he's put 4 $100 bills into the slots and they're gone. And then he's looking at me. He goes, "Are you going to play anytime?" And I was like, well, yeah, but I'm not sure I'm really ready to start. I know I'm supposed to be. I'm in Vegas, right?
But I'm myself out, man.
That's exactly right. That's what I was telling him. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna vibe with whatever. I'm just gonna see what the machines are like. And so I go ahead and put $100 bill in a slot machine, and it just it's gone. I'm trying to figure out how all the slots work and stuff like that, and this guy is telling me too, by the way, oh, you want to go to this machine? You see how that bonus is it's almost gonna pop? You want to do that? And he's a seasoned gambler. I am not.
Yeah.
So I just kind of was following his footsteps, and I lost that 100, and then I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to lose $100, or I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. I don't want to lose any more money. So, no, what I was just saying is that was it. That was my 100. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I put more money in.
Yes.
And so then he goes to the next machine, or he goes to the machine I'm on that I stepped out of. He's like, well, this is gonna hit soon. He puts in like another $200, $300 before it finally hits.
Oh my
and
God,
the bonus was maybe $40. It was like somewhere between 30 and $40. So it was just like, all right, well, that was pointless. And we get up and he goes, well, that kind of sucks. Like, I didn't anticipate to be down so much so fast. And I was like, yeah, me neither, dude. Like, I'm usually kind of lucky when it comes to these things.
Yeah.
Which is obvious. I don't know what to tell you, man. Anytime I've been to a casino, I walk away with money. I just do. I don't know what it is. I've got good discipline usually, and then I leave. So we're walking around. He goes, so are we just not going to play anymore? And so he's like kind of like giving me this guilt trip type of bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess I'll put another $100 down. And so I did, lost it like just instantly again. I'm not, and I've been doing like bigger bets because he's telling me, well, you're going to win more if you put like a higher denomination or you bet more credits. Yeah. And it's like, okay, fine. And that's what I did those first two times. And now I'm down 200. I got $400. And mind you, hasn't even been an hour since we've been in Vegas. So I'm like, I'm supposed to be there for 5 more days. Or not 5 more, 4 more days. It's like, what? I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'm done.
Bankroll management.
That's right. So he goes around. He goes down $2,500, like instantly.
Yeah.
He goes, well, not 25. He went down 1,500. Went to the poker tables. No, that's not. That's he went down 2,200. He had $2,500 in his wallet. He went down to 2,200, so he had $300 left. He turned that $300 into $800 at the poker table, and then he instantly went to the slots and lost $300. So now he had $500 like for that first day, and I ended up losing $300. So I have $100 left, and I'm just like, I'll use this tomorrow. Yeah. Use it tomorrow. I use it the next day, lost it right away, pulled 100 out, lost that. So I went over my budget.
This is such a sad story, Darbo. We can't like have this continue.
And
like
but I pulled money out I forgot about the wedding card and like putting money into it. So I pulled out, for that. So I had to do that anyways. So I did that, and with the $40 that I had remaining, I only had to put 20 in, and I got back 120.
Okay.
So I stopped right there. That was good enough for me. Put that in my wallet, and that's how I ended Vegas with a win.
Gotta leave on the up. You gotta lead on the up, man.
So that was a long story to tell you my whole Vegas trip. It was an unlucky week. That's why I mentioned all that. It for whatever reason, dude, whether we were playing Yahtzee back at the villa, whether we were doing I made the wrong choice every single time. Luck was not on my side except for that last day, and I just ran with it.
Dude, luck is insane. You know how variance, just like gambling and variance, is something that can drive you absolutely bananas. Because we'll just segue this right into Rory and talk about the stuff he got up to today. Like, he should have won this tournament, dude. Like, and just looked at every single putt and decided not to putt it in at all. And because I had him for an outright car, like an outright. And when I saw he was in the same pairing as Bridgman, I thought he was going to like alpha dog him. And I was listening on Sirius XM on the way back from Iowa City, and it just sounded like Rory was just being a little brat on the greens. It sounded like he was like a pubescent little bitch boy. It was like
he was missing.
He wasn't. I was
watching this time, by the way.
Okay, good. So was his body language as bad as it sounded on the radio?
No.
Because they made it sound like every time he missed, he was like just being like sulky about it and like frustrated versus like.
So you know what? You listened to it on radio. Is that what what you're saying, right? Yeah. So I think those guys are standing there a little bit longer watching those people. So like on the coverage, it would just show Rory miss a putt and go to like the next guy.
Oh, okay. Well,
so I guess I didn't see him sulk and whine or anything like that.
He was being dramatic on the greens, and early I was like, I don't like this because he's behaving like Scotty.
Yeah.
Karen Scotty, who was also like in his head, like when things aren't going your way, you got to make them go your way.
Yeah.
You got to be the hammer, man. Don't be the nail. And Rory was being the nail today. He was getting hammered. And it was frustrating. I'm happy he kind of hung in there for a top 5. Yeah, I'll just bring up my card. We always do this to start off the show. So here's the Model Maniac Patreon bet tracker. Everything that's in the yellow was cashing. It was cashing before round 4. And as you can see, Patrick Cantley stepped all over his dick early in the round on the greens as well. Lost 1 million strokes putting. Tommy Fleetwood matchup against Adam Scott. This is Adam Scott's first top 5 and first top 10 since the 2024 Tour Championship on the PGA Tour. They were both T9 going into the final day. Tommy went backwards. He needed to hole out from like the middle of the fairway on 15, apparently. By this point, I'd already switched off the radio because I was driving and the speed limit was going up and up and up. And I was getting angrier and angrier. So we just started listening to an audiobook. And it was super frustrating, man, because Tommy also couldn't get it done. Adam had the round of the day. Like, I love betting a matchup and the guy's like goes out there and shoots 63 minus 8. And then Victor fucking lost 4.5 strokes or something. That was Maverick McNeely. Victor doesn't know what he's doing on the greens. He lost 4 strokes this week putting. Like Tony Finau, we had him for the top 20, and he gained putting and lost 4 strokes, 3.5 strokes ball striking this week. Like we were speaking about, like the putter's finally kind of figured itself out, and the floor of the putter is better now for Finau.
Mm-hmm.
But the stuff that he's gained over 4 strokes on approach at this golf course for like 7 straight years, dude. And he just didn't have it this week. Didn't have it. I think he was like 6 under par for the par 5s. There's 16 of them. Basically, you should have been making eagle on the first hole. And it was just bad.
Do you remember what we were looking at last week where we were just like, holy crap, Tony Finau looks primed for this tournament?
Yes.
Was it his putting, that just the fact that he was positive in putting? Because and his ball striking wasn't terrible, right?
Well, his ball striking has been very inconsistent lately, but it's typically found its groove at Torrey Pines.
Yeah.
And like places that like this where he's always ball struck it well, like for years at this golf course. And the fact that he struck it well at Torrey gave me some hope, but it was the reason he lost the bet was the ball striking. The putter actually showed up, and the ball striking was the reason the floor wasn't as high as we thought for the top 20. But I need to be more positive, not be like Rory. And we've got Aldrich over here for 5.5 units. We bet 0.1. I should have bet more. Should have bet 0.2 to win 11, because it sucks to cash a 55 to 1 top 5, which I had as my Sports Illustrated write-up. Shout out to my boys, JPD. That Finau sweat, he was so close the whole week, didn't come home. But Aldrich at this golf course makes too much sense, man. Long irons, lots of driver, Kikuyu grass. Someone on Twitter shared a really cool post, Darbo, about Kikuyu grass and how different it is to the other surfaces that these guys play on, and how many professionals were changing their wedges to have more bounce on the Kikuyu grass. How would you describe bounce to people?
So the grind on the bottom of a wedge, if you were to look at a wedge versus any of the other irons, I don't have my golf clubs with me. I would have went and got them. But like, if you take, like, say this is the bottom of the club and the face goes up like this, the bottom of the club with most clubs are going to be flat like this. With having a little bit of bounce, here, I'll use this instead. So like, if you were to have bounce, the bounce would have like kind of like a shoot. I don't have a good way to actually
just explain it. Explain it with your mouth.
All right. So No bounce is just a straight edge, just straight flat. Underneath the club is just straight flat.
Yes.
Bounce adds a little bit of a rounded edge on the bottom. So if you lay your club down on the ground, the edge of your club is actually going to sit a little bit higher than the grass. And that's because the bounce underneath it is actually the resting spot of your golf club. Whereas if you put your 7-iron down, that little gap of the edge of your club just sits flat on the ground.
Or if you lean your shaft forward, it'll.
Oh yeah, if you have a wedge and you lean it forward, then you'll get the leading edge. And
yes.
When I've been saying edge, I mean the leading edge.
Mm-hmm.
The leading edge will then be flush with the ground. But that's not the purpose of the bounce. What the bounce helps you do is when you go and hit the ground, that leading edge doesn't dig in. And instead, that rounded, smooth part of the bottom of the club actually will slap the ground and the club will ricochet up. Whereas if it was just a leading edge and it goes straight down, that's where you get the divot, that comes with it. So, and also with the leading edge, it actually slides on the ground. So I'm slapping, as the motion of the bounce. But with that, there's this like nice little, it just glides under the ball. So it keeps that club relatively the same once it makes contact with the ground. So then once the club hits the ball, instead of digging down in the grass and hitting high, the golf ball hits high on the grooves. Because if you hit it high on the grooves, the ball will just pop straight up and have like no spin on it whatsoever.
It's rolling up the face.
So it will go shorter distances most of the time when it pops up. And then it just rolls out. So there's no control. And most of those golfers are trying to hit this nice little low spinner that will go and then stop, So it's better to have bounce on Kikuyu. It sounds like. I don't know about Bermuda because I haven't played on Bermuda enough to know that. I know at certain places, let's just put it this way. If you don't have firm fairways or around the green surfaces, I'll just put it this way. If you have firm, you don't want bounce, really.
Yes.
Because bounce will just ricochet your golf club up, and then that's when you find the equator of the golf ball and you thin a shot over the green. But if it's lush, if it's soft or anything like that,
and
grainy, if you can just slap the ground and not worry about it digging in, that's when you get those real good nippers.
Nippers. We all like a good nipper, don't we?
Yeah, we like a good nipper. So that's what I would. The bounce just it's kind of easy mode to some extent.
Yeah.
When it comes to these types of grasses.
Yeah, and even professionals need that kind of stuff, man. It helps. The golf game is too difficult to make it too difficult, dude. Make it easier.
It's stupid not to have bounce. On those types of surfaces. Those people that are fighting not putting bounce on their wedges for those types of golf courses are putting themselves at a handicap.
Massive, yeah.
Like a Scotty Scheffler round 1 handicap,
Buddy. Okay, let's move to that because we'll get to Jacob Bridgman at some point. The more we talk, the better I feel because betting outrights, Darbo, is like, it's so frustrating, man, because we had Rory right, but Bridgman went unconscious, dude. He had a 6-shot lead. I think someone mentioned, it must have been Justin Ray that found the stat or something, but I think in the last 25 years, only 5 people have blown a 6-shot lead.
He almost did. He was close.
Yeah, but I think he more so managed it. This is why in Showdown, when you have such a big lead, that's sometimes not the optimal option because they want to win the tournament. They're not going out there like Anthony Kim and just making as many birdies as they can as they're just stepping on John Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau's throat. Jacob Bridgman just needed to get the ship home, land it without crashing, and he did. One of the wheels didn't really come out, but he still managed to keep it on the runway. And I was just waiting for the putter to let him down, man. I was listening at one point, and I think they said, oh no, I don't know, listening, watching, whatever. And it said, he remains perfect inside of 5 feet for the year. Yeah.
Well, that putting stroke is really good, by the way. I don't know how much you watch. I got to watch all of round 4 because I was in Minnesota for the whole Sunday. I got to watch all of round 4. Guy's oh my God, a good
Game
putter
record.
all around. He was scaring the entire round of golf. So you could say he could have shot better, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Like the thing is, like there's guys like Cam Smith and Jacob Bridgman and stuff. Like when they're putting well, it just carries on. There's some guys that are like Colin. Sometimes if you're putting well all week, and then you get under the gun. Granted, this didn't happen Pebble, but you get under the gun and the putter just kind of gets a little unconfident. Balls show up short and things like that. I think on the 6th hole, they mentioned that this is the first time I've seen him leave a putt short. You know, like, or whatever. Maybe he left 1 or 2 short all week long, but while the guys were watching him, it was an obvious thing that they noticed that he constantly scared the hole, ran it by. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Every single putt that's short of the hole doesn't go in. Every single putt that goes past the hole doesn't go in, but some of them that should have gone past the hole go in. And those that are short will never go in, unless it's Rory on the final hole. And then he finally gets it in the hole, which was like even worse. But that's neither here nor there. Scotty.
Yeah, let's talk about Scotty.
Good that he's got a week off. I think he was going to murder himself on the golf course.
I actually have a lot of talking points. I was just talking to my buddy Tyler, the one that I always, talk about up north or whatever. We always talk about, he calls me or I call him. We always talk about Scotty. So I've got some talking points.
Okay.
I want you start out. I just wanted to let you know we can talk about this for a while. I'm going to leave it up to you to cut it off.
We've got until half an hour to talk about Scotty. That's like the max.
All right.
So you better start.
Okay. So my question to you right off the rip. Is it a preparation thing? Because it's all round 1. This is,
Yes.
Will you pull up my screen? Because I looked at this earlier with Scotty Scheffler. Just looking at his round 1 averages in 2026 without the American Express.
Which he led the La Quinta field, by the way.
Yes, and that's why I'm getting rid of that. So we're looking at the ones that he hasn't won so far, and I don't have Genesis in here yet. This will be updated tomorrow. But if you take a look, Genesis, he shot 74. So look at the round 1 average, 72.5. Then it's followed up with a 65.5, 67 in round 3, and then 63.5 in round 4.
Yeah.
63.5. He shot a 65 today.
Yeah.
65 today.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add a 74 to that average, it actually turns out to be worse. Now his round 1 average is going to be like 73, most likely, or just a little north of 73.
Yeah.
So the last 3 tournaments, he has started with a handicap. So this is what I was asking my buddy. To me, I would love to know what's going on in Scotty's life. I think he either has a swing change we don't know about. You've already basically not so much documented, but you've brought up the fact that he's gained speed.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be something with that. Like sure, if you golf enough and you continuously golf and you golf and you golf and you golf, you're training your muscles. You're gonna gain speed the more you golf, but it's gonna taper off at some point in time.
His returns have diminished from the volume he's done. He's doing something actively to gain more speed.
That's
speed
what I'm
training.
saying.
Yeah.
So there's either a swing change or a method to his what he's doing for this whole year. Like if he's trying to upgrade his game or something like that, it's either that or Meredith time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, gets in the way of his preparation for Thursday.
Okay. So off the hop then, either that's just happened recently, that something different in their routine has happened. Because if you unclick 2026 here and let's click 2025 and 2024, the round 1 average should immediately become the better of the bunch.
And now they all equal out pretty much.
We'll get 2026 out of there now. Like, there we go. It's the
round 1's better.
It's the lowest of them all.
Yep.
And he makes more birdies, less bogeys, all the rounds under 70. This 3/4 of them are under par, under 70,
right.
Which is absurd. And I documented this early when I killed Scotty's first rounds. It's me. The problem is me, because I started betting Scotty Scheffler first round leader after La Quinta. Okay. And then he goes and does this. I was in the garage just, relaxing. And I was thinking, when I was in college, I played the best at conference because it was a 54-hole tournament. I shot 78 my opening round and played 1 over par for the next 36. And I was a slow starter. I didn't have the belief in myself and the confidence to hit the ground running and get it going. Maybe it's because I wasn't confident in my swing. I needed to feel it as we were going and get the nerves away and whatever. But it seems like Scotty finds it. He's so good at golf. It's not like he just forgets what he's doing.
Right.
It seems like his mentals are he's not handling the bad golf well. Meredith may be pregnant.
So
complete speculation.
Hold on. No. That, or we haven't heard they're pregnant. So maybe they're having troubles getting pregnant.
Or something, But I can assure you, man, a pregnant wife, you're just trying to sleep, and the next thing this person's throwing up, in the bathroom next to you. And, things can, but it shouldn't affect just one round like that. But maybe it is.
It's round one. It's round one. So and to me, I feel like something happened. Something is going on that he just doesn't show up round one with that sharp. Because this is what I was telling my buddy. It's Meredith Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it's golf Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that transition point between Wednesday and Thursday, if there's anything like that, it has to, there's not an easy transition into it. But now he's into Thursday because my buddy had pointed this out. And I keep referencing this, but anyways.
Reference him one more time for us.
Yeah,
my buddy. Talking to this about?
He was just like, it's a Thursday issue. It's not even a round one issue. Because if you look at round one, because it got delayed this week, it got delayed. If you look into what he did his last, I don't know, 8 holes or whatever.
Yeah, he started on 11.
He was +5. And then what, he finished +3 for the turn, or for the round one or something like that. So he got it back, but I think he also went down to +2 at one point in time before getting a bogey late or something like that.
Yeah, I think 18 was playing tough.
So yeah. Also, when I had that page up, he has 4.5 bogeys average on round one. And because I was like, if you didn't see the screen, and I said in round 2 he averages 5.5 birdies, in round 3 he averages 5 birdies, and in round 4 he averages 6.5 birdies. If I also compare that with their averages or the scoring averages between round 2, 3, and 4, and then told you in round 1 he's averaging 72.5, how many birdies do you think he would be making on average?
Significantly less, but it's the bogeys that's the problem, right?
That's right. So there's 4 birdies up there that he's averaging in round 1, and 4.5 bogeys, whereas all the other rounds, and this is the craziest thing, his lowest scoring average is round 4, 63.5, and he's averaging more bogeys than rounds 2 and 3 combined.
Foot on the gas, playing a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, that's insane. That's also very impressive. And today he shot 65 with a couple bogeys, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Dude, and I think what is masking a lot, he lost ball striking this week. And if we take a look at his ball striking, he gained 0.7 in round 2. He lost 0.9 in round 1. That's Shoffley. He gained a fraction in round 3, and then today he gained 3.4 strokes on the field and lost a quarter of a stroke on approach today.
So I was looking at Data Golf earlier, and I was also looking on my website because I don't have strokes gain. I won't have strokes gain stats until tomorrow.
Yeah. So
I couldn't update it. But if you look, this was the other crazy thing. I would have thought it was his driver that's been screwing him over, like his off the tee.
The lefties. Yeah.
That's right. The lefties. Because that's what we saw at WM Phoenix Open. That's what we kind of saw or seen at Pebble Beach. But like Pebble Beach, he was still positive. And I'm looking at round 1 stats right now, because that's to me like the big bugaboo is round 1.
Yeah.
It's like he's gaining off the tee on round one, not by much, but by enough,
Mhm.
not whatever. And I think Data Golf, he was plus 0.3 today, on round one. Sorry, plus 0.3 strokes off the tee round one, and Rory was plus 0.94. So that 0.6 strokes gain off the tee isn't really a big deal. I mean, it's just maybe a couple missed fairways.
Yeah.
But like you look at his driving accuracy, Byron, 64% at 18T Pebble Beach, 71% at WM Phoenix Open. This is round one.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at his approach game and his putting. It's awful.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it could be a multitude of things, dude, because his iron play is what does the rest of his iron play look like if you just unfilter from round one? Has he had like a really hot iron round? No. He's had one where he's gained over 2 strokes so far this year.
That's right.
One. And I can assure you that's not going to be added to after you upload this
That's right.
Darbo.
Yeah, I agree.
So
because he was bad on approach this week.
Yeah, he lost this. Scotty Scheffler losing on approach at a golf tournament is not what Scotty Scheffler does. Like it's unheard of. He hasn't lost on approach a single time this year. And if you take a look back at 2025, he never lost a single time on approach there. BMW Championship in 2024 in August. Remember when he was freaking out about that golf ball flying over the green? It's like, how does it even do? Like, that's when he was like, you can tell when he's animated.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's causation and correlation or if the animation is because of the bad golf or the other way around. The bad golf is because he's not mentally resilient anymore. Because I think that's like we've always discussed with Tiger, the 14th club, right? Or what, you got 13 clubs in the bag, right? The 14th club upstairs.
Yeah, right.
The club that no one else could hit was Tiger's best club. Mm-hmm. Same with Scotty, man. The way he handles it, it's so impressive. And I think the fact that he's putting well now is masking the fact that he's lost his groove. And maybe there's just a timing thing that as you play a bit more golf in competition, he might be working on something like we've mentioned. There could be a pregnant woman. We don't know. John Daly showed up with a knife wound on his cheek one time. Stuff happens behind closed doors and you never know what's going on. But it does sound like when he is being interviewed that it sounds fine. Everything sounds okay. He's not sounding like super down on himself. He just doesn't seem to be able to find it. So
he seems very nonchalant.
Yeah. Or is Bennett keeping up on Wednesday night? Is that his shift?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bennett in his terrible twos right now?
Dude, when you're teething and there's rashes, and I mean, I've been going through it with Miss Mini Maniac right now because as you're growing up, things happen, man. And Bennett could be sick, or I don't know. We don't know. We're all just speculating, yeah. But it's obvious that something is not right.
Yeah, and
hopefully it's just the ball speed stuff that's kind of got him out of the groove a little bit because he's typically like super solid when it comes to distance control.
Yeah.
And we've seen him like be off by clubs, like 15 yards.
That's also my other thought was I thought maybe it's a Meredith thing, and when I say Meredith, I mean like a family thing. It's not like it's just Meredith, like she's being like a nuisance or anything like that. That's not what I mean. It's a family thing. It's family Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or it's a swing change. And why I think it might be a swing change is I'm sure if you tried something new, especially you being I'm a competitive golfer, you're a competitive golfer. If you're trying something new and you go up to the tee box on the very first hole and you try whatever you've been working out on, there is a level of doubt that comes into your head that you're just like, oh God, I hope I don't like, especially if there's trouble on the left or the right, like there's OB or water. It's just like, oh my God, dude. Then you go back to your old swing. And then just maybe for that one hole, because you're more
just want to get the ground running, get a bit of confidence.
You just trust it more. You trust it more.
Yeah.
So, but then you're like, you know what? But I have to do my new swing the next couple of holes going forward. And so then you start doing that, and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Why is this not working out? It's just like it's a big like clusterfuck, like in your head. So and then you go back to the driving range later that day, and you're like, all right, fine. Let me put this swing on. It's like, oh, it's good. and then round 2 comes around and you try it on the driving range, is like, oh, it's good. So then now you're good to go going forward. Like as much as like the PGA Tour pros are better than all of us at golf, their mentals are still the same as our mentals. Like some of them might be a little bit better, but more often than not, it's the same. They work on the same things, and you hear them after a round of golf, or you hear them after some period of time. Maybe it's the following year, like Morikawa the following year would say, yeah, I was trying to hit more draws and they just weren't working out. It's like, well, of course they're not going to say that in the beginning, because if someone in the press room isn't asking them those questions, we're never going to know that information.
Yeah.
And it's not on them to come out and go, all right, guys, I'm going to start hitting more draws this year. Like, we don't know that. We don't know that.
Or I'm working through an injury.
That's too.
That's
right.
minor. It's only a 5% concern, but it's what's separating. It could cause us a minor thing in timing. And when you're working on something new, you're not thinking, when you have your swing grooved, you are focusing on very specific things about where you want the ball to end up, kind of thing, right? Like, you're not focusing about where you want your body to end up as you're trying to get the ball to end up somewhere, right? You are focusing on just working the draw, letting your body handle the mechanics and things like that. Let the subconscious, you've done all the muscle memory stuff, let it go. If you're working on something new, if your timing's a little bit off, you are likely having a different swing thought than you typically have when you're in your groove. Whatever the situation is, we've gone now 7 minutes, way longer than we thought we would go on, Scotty. Shocker. But it's a worth a point mentioning, yeah, because this is the world's best golfer that just lost strokes on approach for the first time in 2 years. That is significant, dude. Yeah. And it's hilarious because it happened at this golf course, which neither him and Tiger have. I don't think Tiger's ever finished top 5 yet, man. And now Scotty's finished at this golf course. The best one he's ever had is still a T7, which is, it's just, I think West Coast golf I don't know how much he's played in his life.
Yeah, I don't either. When you mentioned that, and the fact, because how many strokes gained did he lose putting this week from Data Golf?
Didn't. He gained
the whole week. He gained
0.8. He gained 0.86 on average, so just short 3.5 roughly.
Okay.
Which cumulative strokes? Yeah, we go. He gained 3.43. So it's insane to think Bridgman gained 7.3 strokes. Dude.
So then it just comes down to his approach game then. Yeah. It doesn't even matter if it's a POA, Bermuda, whatever. Yeah. It's just
it's insane. I don't know.
Was this around the green also bad too? Oh my, hold on, never mind.
This is for.
I looked at Minwoo Lee's approach. I was like, holy crap!
Oh yeah, Minwoo. Look at Adam Scott gaining all of this putting as well. It's one of his best situations. Xander sun ran it around the greens as well all week.
Hey man, I think last week I had mentioned Adam Scott, and you had made the mark like his putting is so bad, like you can't play him here. This is where I think familiar courses and course history really comes into play, because at my home course, it doesn't matter how bad I'm putting. Doesn't matter if I'm, in the middle of a putting change or anything like that, or a stroke change or whatever. If I'm going claw, conventional, does not matter. I'm never putting bad on those greens ever.
I get it. But also, in my head was like, okay, this guy's allergic to top 10s. It's been like 500 days since he's had a PGA Tour top 10. And this is not a field that you just go and finish top. Also, what I think I found fascinating is I completely whiffed on we thought that distance was going to be beneficial this week because of the cold. Mm-hmm. But in fact, distance was beneficial because of how soft the course was.
Yeah, because really soft.
Because coming out of the rough was beneficial. Out of Kikuyu rough was beneficial because you weren't spinning it off the green. If you could judge the trajectory and the flight out of the rough and had a good lie, Adam was just like, balls would just go land and stop. Like, you have to take the ball out of the pitch mark, fix it, put it back on. Like
I think
that's
Aldrich was able to get a ball to back up from like
120
yards.
From
he got it to back up like 4 feet. It's like, what? That's insane.
It's insane. It is insane. And like people like Minwoo Lee show up, because if you take a look at the top of the leaderboard, it's like all long hitters, man. Like Scott is long, and he hit 55% of his fairways this week. It doesn't matter, because he's going to hit the green anyway. He gained 3 strokes on approach this week, because it didn't matter. Didn't matter. The greens weren't firm enough to penalize approach shots coming from the rough. The scoring happens at these kind of difficult golf courses when they firm. You have to come from the fairway because you have spin on your golf ball. If you don't have the spin out of the rough, your ball's going to bound over the greens.
I agree.
Not happening this week, and I think it reduced the level of skill needed overall as a professional golfer.
I don't hate that take. Yeah, I don't hate that take at all. I remember seeing Kurt Kitayama hitting it from like the first cut on a par 5, and the ball actually bounding forward. Like it never really did that for anybody else that was in the fairway. Everybody, when that hits the green, it just splatted, and didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. So, I don't know what to make of all of that. It's the beauty of what we do is you've got the golf course, but the weather and the conditions truly impact it more than the actual golf course itself, because
you know what? So here's a thing that, and this is an offline topic, but I like mentioning it just because I don't hear many people talking about it. Notes. How many notes do you take for a tournament? Like, do you actually like write down notes? I'll be honest, I don't, because I feel like I'll remember, or I'll go back and listen to one of my podcasts from the year before and try to get all the information from it. But I never really remember what happened the year before. And it would be interesting to have a culmination of notes for a tournament, especially like when it was soft and basically what we're talking about right now, where it's like, all right. And I don't even know how you would even apply it to your filter methods. Like when it comes down to finding golfers to put in your lineups, unless you have like soft and rainy conditions or soft and cold conditions or whatever, maybe that's how it would be applied. But now we're talking different grasses. Also, you would like every single strategy video that I do, I put all the filters I think they're going to matter. And what ends up happening is not every golfer even apply. Like I can't get enough records of golfers to even find meaningful data. So it's like, and are you going to take the one round of golf where it's soggy and wet that, half the field has, and use that as like kind of your metric or something to base your decisions off of? It seems not enough, No. I need more data than just one tournament of golf or one round of golf at a particular event,
Well, it's also, I think the more you do this, the easier it is for you to see like when Alan is in The Hangover and he's like, just like you're thinking and you just see all the like calculations going through his brain.
Rain Man. Yeah. Rain Man.
That stuff is a lot easier for you to comprehend and digest and puzzle together than when you just starting or when there's a new course, the more you do this, the more you realize, okay, this, like Aldrich for me, this is kind of zoning on that. Like I know where someone on Twitter called me a homer when I bet him this week.
What?
Okay. Yeah. Apart from Byron's homer pick, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, buddy, I've played Aldrich twice in 5 tournaments this year. He at Torrey and here. Why? Driver, mid to long irons. Go. Like, I didn't play him at Pebble or.
That's a really good pick, by the way, because I wasn't on it. Like it was kind of like how you couldn't do Scott this week. I couldn't do Aldrich. Like I don't know why. I just saw some really bad shots at Pebble, and I just couldn't not see them. Like when I was thinking about how he'd be good here, I just remember what he did at Pebble, and I'm like, that guy, despite maybe being good on Kikuya, I can't imagine is going to be any good at Genesis, and then came out like a freaking all-star.
Mm-hmm. He was third in the field in strokes gained off the tee this week. Aldrich. Like
Yeah.
at these kind of golf courses, his
Can you
floor.
explain that to me? I'm just having a hard time like grasping why he can go from Pebble to here and be a completely different golfer.
Well, there's holes at Pebble that you can't hit a drive 336 yards. He hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drives today that went over 315 yards. Like at Pebble, he's hitting 2-iron or fucking 5-iron, man. Like his biggest weapon is taken out of the bag because you can't hit driver on what is it, hole 8 at Pebble or hole 7, hole 8, right? It's the one on the side of the cliff there that you have to hit.
Oh, yeah, you can't hit it further than 220 or something like that.
So like whatever, 250. Like for him, that's an iron. He can hit a 3-wood over 300 yards. Like at a course like this, when you're hitting at 336 yards, like routinely, it's not like he's just gone after it. Like he hits at 336. You see a 336 yard drive from him. It's not a surprise. It's like what he does, like having that distance at these kind of golf courses just gives you so much of an advantage because he made eagles on par 5s today. He made 2 eagles today.
I know they were good looking eagles too, though.
2. He just hit them dead, man. Like he made a good putt, what, a 10-footer, 6-footer, whatever. But he's hitting it to 6 feet on a par 5 that's 550 yards, dude. Like that's not easy to do. And he did it. And, every now and then he dials in a wedge or 2. And he also putted his brains out. Okay, let's not lie about that. He gained 5 strokes putting. But when you have momentum, it's not like you have to make the putts. You're getting the opportunity to keep trying to make a birdie putt because you're constantly giving yourself opportunities because the dominoes are falling your way, right? So mentally, you're not playing bad golf and having to save a hole. You actually can like attack it with the putter. And he was making bombs. He was making some bombs. Look, he had a great week putting.
Yeah.
But it's funny that he putts well at he's putted well at Torrey, he's putted well at Vedanta, he's putted well at the Nedbank in South Africa, which is on Kikuyu grass. Putted well, yeah. Like when the game is flowing, the putter gets going. Like that's kind of the Aldrich trait here. So I thought that was fascinating. It was fun to see Marco Penn show up.
Hey, that was a good call by me.
I mean, he finished 16th, shot not the greatest over the weekend, but round 3 was a problem for him. He was, I think, in the final group. So welcome to the final group on the PGA Tour for the first time. This guy's won 3 times on the DP World Tour and shot a 74. Speaking of variance, Darbo, I locked in a name for round 3 showdown, $7,900. Sepp Straka.
Yeah.
Every single lineup had this man in it. And he shot a fucking 80, man.
AJ in my chat said that he played Straka this week and told me he had a +9 on round 3 or something like that.
Yeah. Shot 80. He finished his round with a 4.7454. Like bogey, triple, bogey, parred the par 5, parred the par 4. Lost $1 million. He gained off the tee 3 times.
Yeah, that's not good.
Like, no. But it happened. And the crazy thing is, look at all this red. This is round 1. So solid. A nice 70 in those horrible remember, round 1 feels like forever ago. It washed all the magic off of Tom Hoagie. Tom Hoagie started the first 3 holes 3 under par, man.
We're talking Sepp Straka. Oh, you're going back to Tom Hoagie. I'm just
referencing
I see.
the rain. This is round 1 for Sepp. Played fantastic. Like hit a couple good, chipped one in, whatever. To shoot level par in round 1 was fantastic. Round 2, look at this. The ball striking with the irons was fantastic again. Like just dialed in. Next day, like
it's awful.
Just like what happened to him? Like in perfect conditions.
Yeah.
The last 3 days were perfect conditions. It wasn't difficult. The course was still soft on the greens. Maybe the fairways were running a little firmer, but there was less than like 10 mile per hour winds out there for those 3 straight days. which is why Jacob Bridgman entered round 3, 20 under par around Riviera Country Club.
Right.
So it's you can't, like, I find myself being so frustrated at the end of the day because, like, I feel like I'm an idiot for having him in every single one of my lineups. And he was Darbo, the highest owned player in round 3. 30% of the field had Sepp Straka in Showdown. Wow. Randomly. I mean, in Showdown, ownership can get out of control because you never know. Like, so it's such a smaller pool of people that a couple discords can just completely nuke a guy's ownership. You know, you don't know whose podcast someone listened, like a whole bunch of people. There's like 5 to 6 Showdown services out there, including mine. Shout out the Model Maniac Patreon.
Hell yeah.
But there's like 50 pre-tournament stuff, you know, and that was fascinating. I don't think I've ever he scored 1.5 fantasy points.
That's crazy.
Or 1.8, whatever it is, 2. Like,
I mean, that actually
points.
That's actually kind of impressive considering he has 0 birdies on the scorecard.
This is all the pars. Yeah, that triple was a double or worse.
Because pars are still only 0.5 points, right? I think.
In Showdown, it's a bit more.
Is it?
I think it's 1.5 because
okay. Then
it doesn't really matter because it's still the same amount of birdies and bogeys. You know, like it's just going to balance each other out anyway.
Double bogeys are minus 3.75. So I was just going to mention because he has a triple in there, so I knew he lost a lot of points from that, and then he had like 4 other bogeys. So
yeah.
But anyways, that makes sense. He only gained 1.5, you said, or he only scored 1.5 points
at 30% ownership, dude. That was like something that you won't ever see again. You know, like you're like, oh fuck, we got 30% ownership with everyone else in the field because Sepp's a solid play. Like I said to the Discord, like at $7,900, the way he's playing right now, he's an undercover low 9K, upper 8K option. Turns out he should have been min price. Just that one day. Then what did he do in round 4? He shot 71 again today, but it was like all chipping and putting that let him down for the most part. So, you know, anything can happen at any given moment. I don't know. It is what it is. So
let me actually, it's kind of a good topic to talk about because I was actually thinking kind of the same thing. It was another bad DraftKings week for me. I was winning money all the way up until hole 11 when Bridgman got to hole 11. And that was because of all the other eagles that were happening around people dunking it, like Tommy dunking it from 100 and some yards out, 140 or whatever it was. It was a bad Sunday for my lineups that were winning money. And my thought process was this. I was like, you know, when it comes down to building lineups, I feel like, and the thing too is you get some people that have the same lineup in all contests, like every contest. So they are on certain golfers and they're hitting across the board. If you want to profit the most amount of money that you can profit, you have to be playing the same golfers in all your lineups. Not all of them, but you need to have a core. You have to have a core of golfers to do that. I like to spread my ownership all over the board because I want to put as many bullets out there to try to win my money back. If not, just like I always have a lotto ticket in there for the Drive the Green. That's what I call it. It's just a one lineup I put in the Drive the Green. It's a lottery ticket. And then I'm trying to make a profit of $20 or more every single week. And oftentimes I do pretty decent. Like there are other times where I'm winning $200 or whatever on a $50 thing. So it's like, I'm doing pretty good.
Explain the contest selection that you do. I figured that's an interesting thing because you play winner take all contest, right?
Yeah. Let me try to find a tweet. I'll continue to talk. Don't share my screen yet. But for what I like to do, I put out, or I will put in. I do a league lineup all the time. That could be whatever. I do one Drive the Green contest. That's $5, and then everything else except for the Dime Time, the Quarter Arcade, and somewhere between 12 to 24 mini maxes. I kind of just stick to that. That's the 50 cent contest, the 50 cent GPP. That's my bankroll management. Everything else goes into the 25-cent winner take alls. And now they have a $1 winner take all. And I've been kind of putting money into the $2 winner take alls.
Okay.
So the $2 winner take all gives you back $200 if you win first place. And you're only in the contest with 118 other people. So it's like, to me, it's competitive. I see a lot of the same people in those contests always at the top of the. So they also found a way, like, that's how they can make their money back too.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes with those 100s and 25 cents. So for me, I build 100 plus lineups. I don't really put much more than $50 to $60 in. So what I'll end up doing, and I have a whole process with the optimizer that helps with this. I will put one lineup into two of those contests. So if I'm doing like $50 to $60, and then I've got two contests that have the same lineup in it, but they're obviously different contests, that can win me back $50 each on both of them, that means it's $100 that I'm going to get back.
Mm-hmm.
And that way I can profit. And it's just two lineups, you know?
Yeah.
In a way, it's kind of like Kenny's double up strategy, but when he's wrong, he's going to be completely wrong. I just need to be right with 1% of my lineups. Yeah, 1% of my lineups. I don't have to be right with, 33% of my line. Actually, he needs to do more than that with his double up. But I don't really remember. I know he makes 3 lineups. He told us that on our golf trip. He makes 3 lineups every single week, and they go into different contests or whatever. But his cash game lineup is always in all the other cash game lineups. So that's 100%. He's either right or wrong.
Right.
So for me, it's like I always want to see. If I'm being honest, I think my hit rate is maybe 30%. I think if I really think about it over the last couple of years, it's about 30% where I'm making my money back plus some. And every last 3 years I've been up. Like last year I was minus $200. The year before that I was up $400, and the year before that I was break even. Currently right now I'm minus 150, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyways, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of getting my money back based off of my contest selections, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's pretty high maintenance what I have to do in order to do that. So I know it's not for everybody. Yeah, but right. I think it works. I feel like I cover my bases pretty well. But here's the issue. To go back to what I was talking about with what you had mentioned up. If you weren't on Bridgman this week, you're not winning any of those contests.
No.
And I might have put Bridgman in 8% of my lineups. So with 8% of my lineups, now I have to get the other 5 golfers right.
Yeah.
That's not good. But if you imagine out of my 100 lineups, if I made 100 Bridgman lineups, how amazing like my hit potential would be.
Yeah.
Because there's a little bit of grace and forgiveness that comes with if you do have Bridgman, you can kind of screw up down with golfer 5 or golfer 6. Not that big of a deal just because of how many points Bridgman is scoring. So I don't know. You with Sepp Straka, this is going full circle now. You playing Sepp Straka and all of if that was your conviction, own it and be okay with it. Like it sucks.
It sucks.
In my process, I don't have to do that necessarily, but at the same time, if I'm not getting 8% of those 100% of those Bridgman lineups, which are 8% of my lineups, if I'm not getting the right 5 golfers, it doesn't matter. And if you played Straka, I don't know how many lineups you build every single week.
When it's coming to Showdown, I do 5 $10 18 max, that 18 special in the Showdown, and then I do $50 worth of cash. So I do 50-50. So I'm ideally, hopefully, taking care of business when the cash lineup comes through, but didn't cash in like the guys I really want to play, I'll play in the cash because I'm not too worried about the ownership. Whereas in Showdown, I think ownership matters way much more than week long.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Because if you didn't have Sepp in your lineups, you were only playing against 70% of the field because he was not gonna. He played so badly, it was a 0, a 1.8. Like that's how you have leverage, though. But also, if Sepp came through, only 30% of us had him, which is still a lot, but it lets you have way more combinations of the other 5 guys. So, and the thing is, like when I kind of attack somebody like that, he was $7,900. That doesn't usually get 30% ownership. Usually, inherently, the lower priced an option is, the less they are owned. So, locking a Rory in, you can expect 30% ownership kind of thing. But like Sepp, I expected him to be a leveraged kind of a position, but it kind of just turned out that he was super high owned and played like absolute ass. So it's the risk you take, but it would have unlocked in Sepp lineups. I played Rory and Tommy because I wanted to get exposure to them, and he was the key to me. Graded out well, he unlocks both of those because you've got now basically a third really good guy for cheap. And you could play Tommy and Rory together. Not to be, it is how it is. So
yeah, it's a hard thing for me to swallow too. Like I feel like if I like last week, was it last week? One of the weeks I went 60% in on Scheffler, and it was good because I was telling you I could build those. You could build Scheffler lineups and score enough points to take down a GPP. But it required the absolute right dudes, and most of those guys are low price, low owned golfers that, I probably would deem kind of like a loser, to some extent.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, I was never going to get there, and I had to have those golfers in with my Scotty lineup. As much as I want to brag about, oh yeah, I told you guys could play Scotty, and it wouldn't have mattered. You could still take it down a GPP. You kind of had to be perfect. You had to have the right lineup with Scotty in order to do that. Like, as much as I give that information out, I understand the information that I'm providing. Like, I know you can't build a ton of different Scotty lineups. You can only build a select amount of Scotty lineups and still win money, and that kind of, I love talking about this kind of stuff. It's all about strategy.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell people, don't leave a lot of money on the table, because now when we open up combinations of lineups, most people don't even understand how many Scotty lineups you actually could build. Like, it's not that you can only build 5 different lineups and one of them hits. You can still build thousands of Scotty lineups and only 2 of them hit. Mm-hmm. And it's not even the 2 most attractive lineups. It's not even, if we're talking an attraction level, if it was out of 1,000 lineups, these would be in like the 600 to 700 percentile, like it'd be somewhere, or 60, 70%, like it'd be way down the list. You're never going to build those lineups unless you had those conviction plays
that unlock everything else.
We're like a Bridgman, Bridgman in the last 2 weeks have been in optimal lineups, like, so how, let's
take a look at the optimals and the GPPs from this week.
Okay.
What do you have your tweet pulled up, by the way? Or
no, I when I get to talking, I can't.
No, you're good. Pull up the optimals for us so we can take a look and see what we actually cooked this week, because that's the reason why we were late. So we might as well.
Okay.
Might as well bring that stuff up so that we can.
I don't have the points, but. Or I have the points, but I don't have them filled in here. Let me do the price tags, or how much money the GPP winning lineup scored. Okay.
And then zoom in a little bit as well.
I will zoom in on my side. We'll go 200%. Let's go 175. There we go. All right. So I use the optimizer to find these things. If you are familiar with the optimizer, or if you're not, oh boy.
Double click the top. Oh God.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh God. Our computers have been making out.
Oh no, you gave me the plague.
I gave you the herps, the non-responding STD.
All right. Well, I use the optimizer, which goes in and figures out based off of the DraftKings points. You can still see those on the screen. It just has a mask over it. But you can see the point totals. Like Bridgman scored 138.5. Adam Scott scored 120. It's an order of how many points were scored. So.
Nice.
Yeah, but I can do it from this way. Again, sorry that it's not in order. I haven't been able to copy and paste this stuff yet.
It's all good, dude.
But your optimal lineup used up $45,800 of the salary, and it scored 707 points. That lineup consisted of Rory McIlroy, all these golfers with black tick marks, Adam Scott, Pearson Cootie, by the way, Jacob Bridgman, Ryan Fox, and Aldrich Potgieter. Those 6 golfers
6K guys is that?
Made up your optimal lineup. What was that?
How many 6K guys is in that lineup?
That's 3. So Jacob Bridgman at 68, Ryan Fox at 65, and Potgieter at 6. Stoneman,
the boy.
So yeah, 45,800. The GPP winning lineup scored. Had it. Well, we'll do it this way. We'll add them up just like. It
doesn't matter what it scored. What was it though? Who was it?
I'm just gonna. I'm looking at the DraftKings thing right now.
Rory, Tommy, Adam. Because the GPP lineup is always going to be in the 49s roughly because people don't leave tons of salary on the table. So the optimal will usually be with a couple thousand potentially sometimes because
this is what the GPP winning lineup is right here. So 30,000 scored 669.5. Go back here, 669.5. So it's roughly almost 40 points below the optimal, and it used up 49,600 of the salary. 2 10K golfers, Rory and Tommy, Adam Scott at 79, Pearson Cootie at 73, Bridgman at 68, and Potgieter at 6. So it was the optimal lineup minus Ryan Fox. Instead, actually, hold on. What were the mix-ups? So it's Fleetwood. Is it Fleetwood? We were trading off Ryan Fox for Tommy Fleetwood.
Like, who's doing that? No one's doing that.
Oh, my God. It was a good lineup. Let's put it that way. And again, GPP winning lineups don't leave a lot of money on the table.
Yeah.
I say this every single time in my videos, in my strategy videos, anytime I bring this up, because some people want to leave a lot of money on the table. They want to. Now, I'm not looking at lineup 2. I'm not looking at lineup 3 or 4 or 5 in this contest. Maybe they left a lot of money on the table. I don't have time for that. I don't think anyone really has time for that.
Nobody got time for that.
Yeah. And DraftKings doesn't really give us an opportunity to make that easy. I guess maybe I could. Maybe I could do that. Yes. But anyways, so if you followed my process, that lineup fell 2 points short of the GPP winning lineup. And that's following all the buckets.
Yep.
However, the best lineup that used $49,600 of the salary was actually not the GPP winning lineup, by the way. It was McIlroy and Fleetwood, Adam Scott, Kurt Kitayama, Jacob Bridgman, and Aldrich Potgieter. That used. My math is not mathing right now.
It doesn't matter.
49.6.
Yeah. We were shoving stuff in. Yeah.
It is actually. My bad. Does my optimizer work yet?
No. The grayscale. Ugh, the worst. I'm sorry, man. That is the worst. I hate it when stuff like this.
It's whatever. It did this right at the right time.
Yeah.
Lovely. Anyways, so your boy Adam Scott was in all 4 of the lineups I recorded. Rory McIlroy was in all 4 of the lineups I recorded. And then it's obviously Jacob Bridgman. And not so much Potgieter, but the 3 that really make the 3 that will be in my website. It'll be the Sweet Spot Optimal, the Optimal, and the GPP winning lineup. So Potgieter, hey man, instead of Sepp Straka, if you would have anchored your lineups around Potgieter because you had a good feeling about him, that just opened up the potential to you make so many different lineups.
We had a Fantasy Golf Degenerate listener, Sam McKinney. Shout out Sam if you're listening to this. Probably not listens to FGD. Won 125K. Took down 2 GPPs.
Wow!
I want to say that he had to have Aldrich in those 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He never shared the lineup. I'm going to try and find out what it was, but we can go find it. It was the 19th hole. Shout out PGA Tour 402K 19th hole, 100K to first. He took it down.
That's awesome. Congrats, that guy.
Yeah, super cool.
We should figure out a way to like shout out some of our listeners, our members, and put them on the screen.
Results to shout them out.
Yes.
Not everyone wins 125K every week, man.
I suppose. Well, that's fine. Yeah, whatever.
It's good, you know. So Sam Bulldogs 1412 is his name. We can go find him out there. So yeah, it would have, Aldrich unlocked all of that stuff. He unlocked Rory Tommy. You don't get those two guys in there without a min K, like a 6K guy. So it was good. Also, talk about running bad. I was sitting on the toilet and I was just taking a look at my bets and stuff, like on the apps, and I saw I had bet Aldrich top 10 and top 20 as well, and to win.
Oh,
I had a $5 bet on Aldrich to win $3,005.
Ooh, that would have been sweet.
I know. Last night, the $5 bet had a $60 cash out last night. So, and that was with him 7 shots back, which is insane to think about. That's just how big the 600 to 1 number was.
Yeah.
But we took care of business elsewhere. But I couldn't record the top 10 and top 20 numbers because I forgot to put them in the Discord. Like that was the kind of week I had. I was just like sick. I made those bets early and forgot to, because the numbers kept changing. It was just a mess, but it is what it is. So let's take a peek, Darbo, at some preview for the Cognizant.
Oh, before we do that, hold on. We have not given Bridgman his due.
Okay.
Can we talk about Bridgman for at least 5 minutes?
Yes, absolutely. We should. We've got 9. We can give him 9.
Okay. I personally was not on Bridgman this week because I thought what happened to him at hole 18 at Pebble Beach would have been kind of the coup de grace. You can pull my screen down. I'm not going to share anything.
Okay.
I'm a big. Oh, nice. There we go. There's our shout out right there. That's all we have to do.
There we go. Bridgman.
So what he did at Pebble, I was just scared of, because that's, especially with a young golfer. And I get it. He's probably played in hundreds of tournaments, obviously, by now, between collegiate till right now.
Mm-hmm.
But on the PGA Tour, getting a bad break like that can I don't know. Those types of things can cause so many different scenarios moving forward. And it was kind of a different type of golf course going from Pebble to Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Is Bridgman that good? And I just was like, Bridgman has been good. I've been playing Bridgman in my lineups, but is he good enough to shake off disaster on 18? Because he had a chance to win that event too.
Yeah.
And so I just personally came into this week not being a believer of Bridgman.
Is it scar tissue or is it experience?
Right.
It depends how you look at it, right? Because when you were listening to all of his interviews, you knew he was going to play well for the rest of the week, because he says, I've been playing great. I've been enjoying myself in these environments under the gun. I've been thoroughly enjoying the challenge of playing golf at the top of the leaderboard. Like some people get there and they're like deer in the headlights type Marco Pench.
Yeah.
Like get there and then, oh God, e-brake, you start thinking about what you're actually doing versus staying in the flow. He has now, dude, he played today. He hit 15 greens today in the final round with the 6-shot lead. I mean, that's exactly what you're not going to lose the tournament hitting 16 greens, 15 greens, and 11 fairways. He missed the first 3 fairways and he hit every single fairway after the first 3 holes today. Like, dude, this is insane. Hit every 7, all 7 on the back 9, and on hole 18, he hit it with 182 mile ball speed. Jacob Bridgman, you don't think of him as that kind of a guy.
I don't.
He hit it 301 yards on 18, which up that hill is not very easy to do.
Byron, I heard, I can't remember if it was Scotty. Scotty put together a lineup of basketball players.
Yes.
And Bridgman was on his lineup. And I was thinking to myself, that's cool. There is a correlation to me about being accuracy guys all throughout all your sports. So I was a quarterback in football. I'm a shooting guard in basketball. And with golf, I'm decent at golf.
Very accurate. Yeah.
So I think about, of all of the golfers that are on YouTube Golf or on the match or that are just decent at golf, let's name those guys: Tony Romo, Steph Curry, Josh Allen, which isn't like a super good golfer, but he was in the match. Pat Mahomes, I think, was one of the other guys too, right?
Yes, yes. I've
So
seen
you take
Travis
all-
Kelce do a couple things too. Yeah.
So you take all of that into account. It's just like, so and pitchers, baseball pitchers. You had Maddox and you had Smoltz. They would also play golf. And Smoltz was like on the PG or the Champions Tour playing some golf. Like, I don't remember if those were like celebrity events or what. But you get all these accuracy guys that tend to be good at golf. And I was like, oh, sweet. Bridgman's good. He's a basketball player. Like, that's right down my alley. Like, I'm going to like this guy even more. I think I went and looked to see how tall he was. He was only like 5'8". And I'm sorry to be sizist to some extent, but it's like 5'8" is too short to be a good basketball player. But not really. It depends on where you're playing.
What
technically.
you do. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're in a small town, 5'8" is just fine.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh man. But anyways, I got excited because Scotty picked him. And I'm like, okay. And Scotty's a basketball player. If you didn't know, he loves to play basketball. So I'm like, okay. So Bridgman's my guy going forward. And I think at the WM Phoenix Open, he faltered towards the end. And so I might have already kind of had scar tissue myself about playing Bridgman. So
But dude,
I mentioned all that because I just couldn't get on Bridgman. That's kind of all I'm saying is it just furthers why I could not play Bridgman.
It was interesting because I've always assumed and always felt like if you just click on this guy's profile, dude, you can see like he's a very mediocre. He's like driving distance and driving accuracy is like average. It's not like he's a good putter. Like that's what he's known for. But it seems like he's found a bit of pop. And I mean, he's managed to gain a couple strokes on the field driving the golf ball lately. And I want to point out round 3 for him because he gained 6 strokes on approach in round 3.
It's like the most.
And it's the most that it's ever been gained at Riv on approach in a single round. Like that's what it took for him to win by 1 shot, is to have the best approach round at Riviera. He's, since 2004, basically, or whenever strokes gained, whoever mentioned that stat, had it. But again, he hit half his fairways and hit 14 greens. Like if you go back to prior Riviera Country Club stats of past winners, that isn't going to be that kind of combination. If you're hitting half your fairways, you are not only missing 4 greens, you're missing more. Or if you are hitting them, you are not making as many birdies as he did because you're trying to hit the green and not get the ball close.
Yeah.
So it kind of worked in his advantage a little bit. But again, dude,
he was by the way.
Well, yeah, he's always going to putt well. We mentioned he's still 100% inside 5 feet. I was expecting them to say on the week, and they said on the year.
Yeah.
Go stand over a 5-footer and just on the putting green and see how many you can hit in a row.
That's Tiger. Well, it's not even close to Tiger because Tiger did a way longer streak than that. But when you start saying stuff like that, 100% from 5 feet away, that's what we used to talk about with Tiger.
On POA. Yeah.
Right.
Like we've seen these balls plinko around microscopically, microscopic plinko stuff. And he's just dialed. He gained on 2 shots, he gained over a stroke on approach. On hole 4 in round 3, he gained a full stroke there. It was what got him the birdie. He knocked it to whatever give from 270 yards. Was at the back tee yesterday. So that, and then on hole 11, he almost hit it in the hole from 7 wood, like 260, 270. Hit it like burnt the right edge of the hole on that par 5. Almost made an albatross and only gained 1.3 strokes.
That was it. I want to see an albatross. I want to make one first of all, but I want to see another.
I've stood underneath one that went in. Like I was hitting my 3rd, and my buddy Shane was all the way back there. We were waiting for the green to clear for him, and I was up there, getting to my 3rd, and we watched it come over our head, and then it landed on the green, and it like spun in. So
that's awesome, dude. That's
out in Mississippi.
I've never seen one in life.
Spring break.
Yeah, that's cool.
We'll play lots of golf. I'll make an albatross for you, Darbo, so you can check it off your bucket list for you.
I tried to make a hole in one for you that last time we played, but I just couldn't do it.
Almost. We're gonna have some fun stuff. But the fact that Bridgman played with Rory, and if you looked at both of these guys playing today, you without knowing if you made them into gray blobs, and you didn't know that Rory hits it 40 yards further than Jacob Bridgman. The way they were just handling themselves on the course, you would have thought that Jacob Bridgman had won 29 PGA Tour events.
Yeah,
and Rory was the guy trying to win his first. So finding himself in that groove, man, he just had it. He just absolutely had it dialed in, and he cost me a Rory outright. Basically, Rory would have been in a playoff if it wasn't for Jacob Bridgman this week, and he handled it, man. He just did what he needed to do to come down the stretch and seal the deal. So I have nothing bad to say about this, man. I think he said he's going to try and play the Cognizant this week. So
ooh, that's going to be huge for a lot of people with their best ball lineup.
Huge. Yeah. But is he going to really follow through again and play great again right after a win? Sometimes if you're playing great golf, dude, some of these guys don't want to stop because you don't play golf at this level. I mean, maybe he's going to level up, but I think he's peaking.
Make this comment last week that he's the new Ben Griffin? Did I say that last week?
Yes.
Because I'm trying to think about it. Because right now I was just about to say it.
Or was it
Bridgman? No. It wouldn't have been Knapp. I think it was Bridgman. If I went back and listened, I think I had said, I think Jacob Bridgman is the new Ben Griffin. He's the hottest golfer not named Scotty Scheffler, but obviously Scotty Scheffler isn't playing super hot. Rounds 2, 3, and 4, he's super hot, but Bridgman is the hottest golfer on tour right now.
He is. Well, and Knapp
is as well. No, don't get me wrong, but who has the only win between the two?
Well, yes. Jesus, we're getting into a Brian Kirshner situation where he says Colin Morikawa is not one of.
I laughed at your guys' dude. I loved your snarky responses. Those were great.
He's the only person I can actually really rip into on there, knowing full well that we're going to DM each other right away.
Oh, I love it. It's so good.
He'll be on for the Valspar, by the way. And
there we go.
Yeah. You should see that DM conversation. But Jake Knapp is Jacob Bridgman without the confidence to get it done under the gun. Because this man, look at round one.
Another round 4 issue?
No. Yes. Remember we spoke about this.
Yes,
Friday and Sunday is his thing he was so far away from the lead after round 1 when he shot a 73. The cut was level par, people. And Jake Knapp was level par at the turn and then actually doubled, he shot a 65. He doubled down on a really good round. Opened with an eagle and then made a bogey immediately on the next hole. In round 3, dude, hole 1 had more eagles than pars.
Wow. That's crazy.
Or round 2, whichever one it was.
But just because there's a lot of birdies, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but if I would put out on X, they got to change this par. It was averaging 1.05 under par. Yeah. If a hole is averaging more than a stroke under par, it is not the right par.
I think in the U.S. Open, I think this golf course has hosted a U.S. Open. They changed it to a par 4.
Yeah. I don't understand. It's just everyone replied par is a social construct, which I totally understand. And they're like, I said, no one's going to worry about this course being a par 70. It's a sweet course. Who gives a shit? They're like, so you're not worried about it being a par 70, but you're worried about it being a par 5? Yes, because every time I'm watching golf, I want to be fed information that I'm not familiar with. I don't want to be told, look how easy this hole's playing compared to everything else. If this was just part of the other holes, it wouldn't be a talking point. It's an unnecessary talking point that these people that just ramble on TV just glom onto. And they show the graphics look at, this is 1,000 under par over the last years, and the rest of the course is like 700 over par. Mm-hmm. Wow. It's like, if you just change this to a par 4, that all the holes like going to play the same. You know, let hole 10 be the one everyone wants to chat about. Shout out Matthew Fitzpatrick. But Jake Knapp, after round 1, shot an incredible 65 after a really slow start. Round 3, fired a 67 with multiple bogeys. But again, dude, he eagled this hole twice. I mean, he played that hole 5 under par. If you're playing a hole 5 under par for the week, you're only playing it 4 times. Mm-hmm. It should be 1 under par. But whatever. Jake Knapp finished 6th after being 2 over. Like Scotty was 3 or 4 over par after round 1. Mm-hmm. And Jake Knapp beat Scotty. They basically had the same start, and Knapp managed to get it together, dude. So I think he's someone that's like just really playing good golf right now.
And he's playing next week?
No. Oh. The hilarious thing is we were all drafting him because he committed to the Cognizant early, which is like, that is one of the hinge events that we all think we need to try and get 6 people in. Because if you are in a tight race for first in your pod, and you can show up to the Cognizant with 6 people and get 2 free rounds on everyone else.
Yep.
Regardless if your guy misses the cut or not, if he makes the cut and you get 4 free rounds and everyone else has got 5 and 4 people only, that's a huge deal. Then he plays too well, and now he's out of the Cognizant because he's in API. It's like, that is the hard part about baseball. And I need to take notes on this and remind myself, Byron, don't fall in love. Like, you cannot fall in love with one person in baseball, because my teams are hemorrhaging with JJ Spahn and Russell Henley.
Hey, I tried my hardest to be like, do we just not care about the Cognizant? You know, and I was trying to also say, just like Tony Finau, I can't remember what golfer that you were on. I'm like, yeah, like Tony Finau from the year before at the Mexico Open.
Yeah.
It's like, you never know. You never know what happens. So I was there trying to warn you off these things.
Okay.
Not that I'm a professional. Huh?
If that worked, like Shane Lowry, I took a big gamble on. He's going to be playing this week, and he's going to be playing API, and he played these other 2. So I was hoping Russell would do the same thing. But you're trying to win $50,000, Darbo. You're trying to get as many lineups through as possible.
Yeah.
In the first round. And if you're taking a big swing and striking out, you're striking out. But ultimately, like, are you trying to min cash and just try and get like a couple through and hope that those couple get through? Or are you trying to like ambush round 2 of this contest with the nuts? You know, because you in your pod will have the Jake Knapp, the Russell Henley, the Shane Lowrys, when everyone won't as well. Mm-hmm. You know, you get that competitive advantage over them too. Whatever. Jake Knapp's playing fantastic golf. Tommy Fleetwood in round 4. I mean,
hey, by the way, to touch up on your hole number 1 being too easy, it's always the easiest hole of the tournament, but this is the second lowest winning score that we've ever seen at this golf course, and that has a lot to do with the soft playing conditions. I imagine if it was a bit more firm, hole 1 would be a little tougher, and you wouldn't have more eagles than pars, but you would still have a pretty large number of birdies that would have been on that hole.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at 11 today. Was playing pretty close to the same score as 1. It's like 1/15th of a fraction more difficult. But there were 2 bogeys. There's zero bogeys today on the par 5 first. In round 3, there were 3. But 3 eagles again. But 13 pars. Then it was round 2 where it was like, it's literally playing under par, like for a par 4.
Pin position. All to do with pin position.
Why are they putting it there then? Make this thing a par 5 and make it hard to make an eagle, because I don't want a million people walking off this course with an eagle, you know? But again, more eagles than bogeys is also like, whatever.
Yep.
Minor point. But Colin, he's got a round 3 problem. Remember, we were chatting about Colin on Saturdays. Hilariously, it was the round that he shot the 62 on Saturday at Pebble. And then he finally showed us, look at this on Saturday. What does he do on a Friday night? Because he loses strokes on average over the last 13 months on a Saturday. Gained strokes everywhere else. Showed up here, shot a 70, lost some strokes. After finishing with 5 birdies in his final 11 holes. Opened the first 7, 4 over par. Technically 5 over par.
Interesting.
When everyone was making eagles.
I don't really have a take on Colin Morikawa. I kind of forgot about him, to be honest with you. I even forgot that he won last week. I just he's not. I don't know. I mean, he's gonna be. I'm gonna start thinking about him a little bit more because he's obviously playing well, but I don't know if I just think it's a fluke or like he's just. I don't know. I'm still hesitant.
I mean, solid round in round 1. I mean, this 68 gained 3 strokes on the field. You know, scoring average was level par in round 1 in those conditions. But again, this was a weird tournament where there was no wave advantage, but Tony Finau showed up and made a fucking 6, I think, on 18. That was the only hole he had to play to finish round 1. Look at this. Like, this is the difference between potentially finishing top 20 and not, because he had a chip for eagle on 17, which he just ran it by, made the birdie putt easy. Hit it into the trees. Like, he hit it straight into the tree. He hit it 240 yards off the tee. Hit it through the fairway with his punch out into that hill out of the rough. Caught the hosel and made his ball flip to the left side of the green. Chipped it and then 2-putted. 6. Easy peasy, just like that. Your entire momentum is gone. Now you got to go into a round 2 and you shoot a 69 because you got like zero mojo going on for the rest of the day.
3 birdies in a row there, though.
Yeah. Then he bogey.
Yeah.
So
I was there with. Okay, Finau actually would have been my top owned low price guy. Yeah, he definitely was. I was salivating at the fact that he was $6,800. Like that was.
Yeah. And Tom Hoagie, who, you know, the weather. Lucas Glover hit a drive off the mountain on hole 1, 220 yards. You're hitting a ball 40 yards down the hill. You could only advance it 220 yards. He had 290 yards in the rain right before they stopped it. And Tom was like in the middle of his round when that all happened. The guys that went off late didn't have to deal with any of that. They had to just deal with the wind.
Yeah.
You know, like the wind's going to make you probably make a bogey or 2 more. The rain can make you just make fucking doubles and triples. I don't know why I'm swearing so much. Obviously, I'm just very still tilted, but like,
it's okay, Byron. It's okay.
Anything else you want to chat about, Dobbs?
No, I think we've exhausted the review, and we can move on to previewing the Cognizant.
All right. Yes. Ben Griffin in the Cog. That's why he was the number 2 pick. It's just because this guy's just giving you. Is he playing great? No, but he just plays a lot. So
he's still solid. I think I was just looking at his stats not too long ago, and they're pretty good.
Yeah, he's playing fine. You know, nothing amazing though.
Don't mind it saying the Genesis Invitational. This is still being worked on. I told you guys I'd have it done by this week, but didn't get it done before I went to Vegas. And today was a resting day. I could not do all the things I needed to do. But I do have, this is next week. So I have started working on this, Byron.
Okay.
And I do have course history. I have all of these updated, I believe. So we can start with course history. I don't have all the conditional formatting in there, so it's a bit blank. But I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
Well, let's take a look. Yeah, let's just filter by the best course history. Yeah.
Oh God, the strength of field hasn't been updated either. Don't mind this up here. That's not correct.
You're doing what I do, and you're seeing stuff that's wrong that no one else knows is wrong. And
I understand. I just okay. So the information in this box alone, this has been updated to be correct, and it is sorted by OWGR. So the best golfer in the field is Ben Griffin.
Yes.
Ryan Gerard, Shane Lowry, Aaron Rai, Michael Brennan. and you can see the rest of the screen. But if we're looking at the best course history, we come down. Kevin Yu has one
start.
Actually, Byron, do you want to do this by odds instead? Because that's going to be more.
Let's do that. Yeah.
related to salaries, like coming out on DraftKings, and just by odds alone, since it's a betting / DFS podcast, might be better. And we might be able to go, back and forth. I can show you the course history and stuff.
With the odds, you can get a good feeling for the pricing, right? We did a pretty good job of actually identifying fee now as being
That's right.
We thought it was going to be 8.
Yeah.
We missed the entire. It was either 6K or 8K kind of
I
thing.
said I would be comfortable playing him at 74 or less. I just feel like DraftKings was going to do the wrong thing and make him like 78 or higher.
Yes.
And then they came out with the $6,800 price tag. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Couldn't butt anymore. Like, couldn't hit an iron. Oh no. Where's
you went you went to Genesis. I don't know.
Oh, I went to the Genesis. Yeah, that's where my brain is. Still want to be there.
That's okay.
Okie dokie. Let's take a look here, folks. On your screen, you are seeing the Cognizant Classic. We've got Ben Griffin at 14-1, Jacob Bridgman 17-1, Adam Scott all of a sudden now 20-1 after one finish. Shane Lowry,
Bridgman, second place finish last year.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm gonna bet Ryan Gerard at 27-1 because we can go back to this course history real quick.
Yep.
And you can see, want to move your little side pieces over here, get them skinny for us so we can have it a bit bigger. Beautiful.
You got it, sir.
Bridgman, solid stuff. I think Ryan Gerard's basically got the same thing but switched around with the 4th place in 2023 here. That was like one of his debut performances. I think he was almost going to win this thing, and then 25th last year. Yep. So we've got great course history here, and then Gerard's just been playing far too good at golf. Played a really good round again today. Shot, I think, 4 or 5 under par. So I think he's someone that's definitely on my radar. Shane Lowry, is he ever going to win a golf tournament again? I cannot tell you, because he seems like someone that just hits the e-brake the moment he gets close to the lead. Yeah. We've seen it around this golf course far too often, right? Literally at this golf course.
Yep.
He's had the lead, and then when you get to the bear trap. By the way, this was a great comment. Does the bucket system have a new bucket for next week? The bear trap bucket.
Next, oh boy, no bucket. I could probably create a bucket system for next week, but I have to create a bucket system for this week. Like, oh no.
This is a joke, Darbo. How are you going to bear trap bucket it? Like,
I didn't know he was. Okay, yeah, no, I wouldn't have something for bear trap bucket.
What would you have done?
So on the bucket system on the website, it will just show you like the overall. No, I need to do projections. That's what I need to do. That has to be a this week thing. But anyways, don't mind me. I am vomiting out of my mouth right now.
Okay. So who are you eyeing out here? We got Ben Griffin at this golf course.
I'm always Danny Berger played this week, didn't he?
Dude, he's playing.
Okay. I've said this before and I'll continue to say it. I will not trust Danny Berger 2 weeks in a row, and now we're going on week 5 in a row, I'm pretty sure. Because he went from Amex to, I think he also played Farmers. If he didn't play Farmers, then he played the next signature events in a row. So this would be week 3, I guess, in a row for sure. Yeah. And I'm not going to touch Danny Berger, despite him being really good at this golf course or for this tournament.
Yeah.
Me eyeing up, Shane Lowry is definitely a guy that I'm comfortable playing. Or, by odds wise, I don't know if that's good or bad compared to the rest of the field. Like,
Ben is the number 1 odds, which, I mean, if you consider Rory being the second best odds in the Scotty Scheffler field was the same price as Ben Griffin this week as the number 1 guy.
would Shane Lowry have been lower odds in previous years?
Let's go over to the Marble Maniac research tool. We can go over here and see what previous odds have been at this golf course, because I think Shane's just course history is just really getting whacked. Shane Lowry top 20. We just pull him up here. Win-wise at the Cognizant, he's been 45-1 once. That was in 2024 when he was playing really badly. But other than that, he's pretty much been in this exact same range. 3 times he's been 25, 22, and 20.
So, oh my gosh. Yeah, and he's played well 2022 on. So like those
3 top 5s in 6 starts.
The odds that he was at, can you go back to the just win odds for him? No, go back to your Power BI tool.
Oops.
And just because you have it in top 5.
Yeah.
So 20-1, 45-1, 16-1. So actually, I like Shane Lowry's odds, because I don't think he's much different of a player than he was those 4 years.
No,
and I'm not even sure if I can even remember Shane Lowry that well, but I feel just as confident this year as I would have any of those other 4 years.
I can see myself betting him top 5, top 10 this week.
Okay.
And even so, I might just ladder him without betting him to win and get really cute, so that top 5, top 10, top 20. He's done the top 20 now 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And his top 20 numbers, if you go outrights, top finish, including ties, -104 for a top 20 for Shane. And that's right in the wheelhouse of what we've seen from him at this golf course before.
Okay.
Odds-wise. So I think he's looking for his 5th straight top 20. Yeah, slightly better sometimes, some other ones.
Yeah.
But I'm cool sacrificing a couple points because he's playing better. That's good. You want to be playing better, going to a golf course that you play well at. That's going to mean there's a very good chance you can continue that.
Out of curiosity, how many units would you put on a top 20 bet for Shane Lowry?
I'd put 1.02 to win 1 unit back on him.
Gotcha.
And then I would probably bet 2. I'm probably going to try win 3 units on Shane in the outright market, because then you can go Shane Lowry. Then you only have to put a quarter of a unit on the top 5 to return a full unit.
Yeah.
$25 to win 100, and then 50 to win 100 if you're doing the top 10, and then you bet the 100 to win 100, 102 to win the 100 in the top 20 market.
Okay.
104 to win the 100. So then you basically only going to be dropping 1.75 units on him total to win 3 if he top 5s.
Okay. Understood.
That's how
I like that. Then Shane Lowry would just for the eyeball test. I like that quite a bit.
Absolutely. And just this is a really cool way to take a peek at what he gets up to. And I feel like the odds are very fair. He cashed this bet when he was -110 last year. And I think we could probably see this number get whacked a little bit. People will probably go after it a little bit. Taylor Pendrith, I think, withdrew. So if you guys are going to be betting stuff, go and bet the stuff now. I don't think they've pulled those odds once Bridgman potentially leaves and Taylor Pendrith. These Shane Lowry odds would go worse. And then as a result, the top 20 number would be probably -120, like we've seen in the past, -110. It will move with that outright number shrinking.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Gerard, probably be betting him top 20 because he'll be plus money. If Shane's -205 top 10, Gerard will be plus money for a top 20 because his top 10 numbers a little better. I think he's definitely going to be on my card, Ryan Gerard. He started the year with 2 second places and has been just solid. And he's a really good ball striker. I'm looking for ball strikers.
Yeah.
At PGA National. He's team no putt, and I think he can get it done. Anyone that's piquing your interest elsewhere yet, Darbo?
Well, I'm looking at strokes gained total. Keep your page up, but
okay.
I'm looking at strokes gained total, and I see Rasmus Nørgaard Peterson, Haotong Lee, and Michael Brennan kind of at the top of strokes gained total. They have 0 course history here, and I'm not sure if that really matters that much, but 78-1 for Michael Brennan. I still think that guy's a stud. I still believe everything I've believed in him to start the season, despite kind of his slow performances or his kind of like lackluster performances. But I'm pretty sure you can't really bomb it all over the place because there's a ton of water. But I know you can hit the ball,
cut a couple dog legs
without trees in the way. Because there's not many trees that line the fairways of this golf course, but everybody usually plays it less than, like hole 1 will be less than driver. And I think there's like 3 or 4 holes that'll always be less than driver. I would want Michael Brennan to shoot even par outside of the par 5s for most of those holes, but he needs to take advantage of those par 5s. And I would need to know, I have no idea what he's like on Bermuda, but I feel like 78-1 is are those decent odds? Like,
yes, that'll be like 7K flat range. If you're like 100-1, you're flirting with the 6K range.
Okay.
To put it like a nice way to kind of think about it, right? If you're 20-1, you're sitting probably in the 9s.
Okay.
Scotty Scheffler 3-1, 14,500. Rory was 14-1 and was 11 this week? 11-3 or whatever. So Ben Griffin will probably be 10-something, 10-8, 10-6.
There was a guy in my chat that mentioned Hao Tong Lee too. That had said that he's been playing TPC Sawgrass quite frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I don't think that's going to help him out here. But Hao Tong is a talent. And I don't know. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be completely out of line by saying this. But I feel like this tournament, a lot of international players do well. And I don't know what the correlation is with it. Because like you would have the Koreans here, Sung Jae, Siwoo, SH Kim this week, by the way. I think he's one of the guys that's the best in strokes gained total kind of over the last year, which includes this year. And so he doesn't have a lot of events under his belt, but he still has a really good strokes gained total metric heading into this event. So I
is a round 1 beast. You will see SH Kim on my round 1 card because
sounds good.
He fires on the Corn Ferry and on the PGA. He's transferred that over nicely.
I will say this with DFS, I really like seeing golfers get off to a hot start so then I can feel at ease for them to make the cut.
You got to really play bad to miss the cut after a good first round. You got to go full Keegan.
So you might have given me a little bit more confidence in playing SH Kim.
Mm-hmm.
So now with that being said, so I feel like there's, like I said, it's a good international leaderboard most of the time from my memory.
Yes.
Lee Westwood used to do well here. So I don't know if there's like a coastal type of feel to this. Like, if Akshay Bhatia was here, there'd be a, good fit for him because he's good on coastal courses. But what I was trying to get at is I see John Perry down here. He was his last event. He played some pretty decent golf.
Yeah.
If I bring up the recent form,
I think it's very DP World Toury, this course. They play dinky courses. They don't have Torrey Pines out there on the DP World Tour. Europe is a lot more penal if you miss the fairway. You got to keep your ball in play. Make sure that doing your thing with the ball striking. You don't have to be like super overpowerful on the DP World Tour. You can just be a good golfer. You're not going to get absolutely left behind if you don't have tons of distance. And I think this kind of golf course is exactly that, right? It's shorter. You got to keep your ball in play, positional, wedge intensive, right? Most of the shots are coming from like 100 to 175. Yeah. Not a long iron. Not a long, like I wouldn't be playing Aldrich around here if he was playing.
That doesn't make any sense.
Like that kind of thing. So Adam Scott, the same thing. Like he was just mashing driver everywhere with 188 mile per hour ball speed, dude. Like this dude is like old and strong now. is he going to take care of business at around like a wedge fest where you're hitting 3-iron off the tee all the time? For him, I don't know. Is he going to hit driver straight enough to reward himself here? What's the conditions of this course? Is it soft? Is it going to be windy? Because this golf course is one of the few places that like exponentially gets more difficult the more wind there is.
Yes.
Exponentially.
And Pat Mayo would always comment on how Shane Lowry melted in the rain. When Sepp Straka, was it when Sepp Straka won?
That was the one I had. I had Daniel Berger. It was my very first article I ever wrote, and I had a 5-shot lead with Daniel Berger as my first ever outright I've ever written about. And I was like telling people at breakfast that morning, like, man, I just wrote my first article, people. Check out Daniel Berger. 5-shot lead. I mean, probably going to win this thing for me. The longest putt he made for like the first 15 holes was like 18 inches.
Wow. Inches.
Like when you're measuring your longest putt in inches,
yeah,
you've completely disintegrated. And he's 37-1 because of course history. Yeah. I will probably be stat fishing Daniel Berger. By the way,
like I said, I don't want to play Daniel Berger because from his wrist injury that he had, he has never played back-to-back events well. And this, like I said, this is more than...
Yeah.
Let me double check.
Well, it doesn't even matter if he's played back because he doesn't even have that opportunity. He missed the cut this week again. Like, right? He missed the cut.
This is the fourth tournament in a row he'll be playing. I definitely do not trust him. And he started, by the way, Byron, this was my point. So 6 weeks ago at the Sony, he finished 6th. The following week, he finished 56th. Then he took a break, came in, got a 16th place finish, followed that up with a 75th place finish, and then he just missed the cut, you said? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. He just gets worse the more events he plays.
Yeah, and now he's playing again, right?
I don't know what 4 in a row looks like, but I do know what these 3 in a row look like.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good. And it's not good. So he'll be my stat fish of the week because it'll probably be the course
as he should be.
Yeah,
yes,
as he should be. We'll see. It also could be Adam Scott because I've got a vendetta now.
I actually don't mind Adam Scott.
We'll see.
I would never bet him at those odds, honestly. And obviously, I don't bet, but I would never bet him at those odds. No.
And this will mean he's like $9,500, $9,800 roughly at
most
these
likely. Odds. Yeah, I suppose.
Is that something you're in the mood for?
No, not at all. I have a feeling like, how are they going to do prices? I'm going to resort this by.
It's going to be hilarious when they drop the pricing, and then Jacob Bridgman pulls out a day later, and then there's like $1,000 difference between Ben Griffin and Adam Scott.
So I could see Ben Griffin and Shane Lowry being the only guys in the 10K range. Just those two. I don't think there will be anybody else in the 10K range.
And Bridgman.
I don't even think Bridgman goes in the 10K range.
Oh, he'll be in the 10K range, man.
He was just 6,800. I don't think he'll be in the 10K range.
What was Ben Griffin? Was he like $8,300?
What, this last week?
Yeah. 79, whatever. Like
87.
87?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll be obviously spendy, but I mean, this guy just.
No, Ben Griffin will be in the 10K range. I guarantee you he'll be in the 10K range. Yeah.
He will. And so will Bridgman if he's still in the field.
I don't think he will be. I bet you Bridgman's 98. And I understand that's only $200 less than 10K. I don't think he's going to be. I still think there's going to be enough disrespect for Bridgman.
But remember, like the price this week has like no bear. Is your nephew or cousin or whatever talking crap about me on the side? Hey, nephew.
Yeah, my nephew's here.
I know. I can see. My senses, my bullshit senses are coming through. Yeah. But Jacob Bridgman, 8th 2 weeks ago, 18th, 13th, and 4th, dude. Like, if you take a look at what that's like, he's kicked Ben Griffin's ass every single time, and now he just beat Rory McIlroy, just shook Tiger Woods' hand. There's no way he's not priced in the 10. The odds.
Okay. I'm going to give you, this is going to be a friendly beer bet. You and I haven't done a beer bet in a while. I'm beer betting you right now that Bridgman will not be $10,000 or more. He will be less than. He'll be in the 9K range.
Okay. If he's in, obviously, if he's in the
Oh,
field.
yeah. If he's not in it, the bet's off.
Yeah.
But if he's in it.
Okay.
All right. Next
Beers
time we
on
go
you
golfing
when
together.
we go golfing. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. We should just make it a round of golf. I'm just joking. We'll do a beer. Okay. So, yeah. But do you trust him right after winning?
Boy, the same thing was said about Ben Griffin last year. So I like, if I'm going to make the comparison that he is the Ben Griffin of this year, then I would trust him to get a top 20. Top 10 is pushing it, and winning it is like, I don't think he's going to be so fatigued that he can't win another tournament. But if he's near the top of the leaderboard, I actually would give him more like confidence in winning the event.
Yeah.
So yes, I would play him in my DFS lineups. I actually will go. I'll go to Jacob Bridgman now.
Yeah, he didn't play the Farmers, and that's his only tournament. Yes, he's played now 5 times this year in 6 weeks.
The only thing I'd be worried about, Byron, is going from POA to what am I trying to say? Yeah, Bermuda.
Yeah,
or overseeded Bermuda. Like, I don't know if it's actually real Bermuda that they're gonna be playing on.
He finished second at the Cognizant last year, and he gained like 4.5, 7 strokes almost putting.
I know his ball striking is so good
now. Yeah.
What did he do last year? Because he played the Cognizant last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I not seeing it? Did he not? Am I lying?
What are we? No,
Jacob Bridgman.
He did play.
Yeah, he finished second last year. What filters do I have on this? All right, let's just look up Jacob Bridgman. 2025. Yeah, I had some weird.
Yeah, it's okay.
Cognizant. So he went from Mexico Open to Cognizant. Was the Mexico Open was the week before, wasn't it?
Yes.
But that's not POA, and that actually is more like Cognizant, especially with how like it was so easy last year, right? Okay, so I guess now that I'm talking about this, Byron, maybe I'm not that into Bridgman. Like, not if he's a high price golfer, maybe a cash lineup, but I don't know if I'm going to feel really comfortable doing a GPP. Yeah. I do think there's a huge issue with going from how bumpy the POA greens were. You really have to change your mindset going into the Cognizant. You have that. I don't know, dude. I'm so messed up right now. I got no idea.
Making up arguments for no reason.
He's from South Carolina. This is the other thing that's coming into my head. It's like he's from that area that he's playing on Bermuda. Bermuda's ingrained in his hands for putting, so he knows.
He's a good putter in general.
Gosh dang it, dude. I guess never mind. I'm back. I'm plinkoing around.
You
talking about plinko on greens.
You're going full POA.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going full POA.
Nikolai Højgaard is interesting. Both of the brothers. I was also interested in maybe making Brooks my stat fish of the week.
Oh yeah. I mean, Rasmus was on top of recent form, I think, if I were to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him somewhere.
Man, looking good.
Yeah, Rasmus was looking good.
That's Rasmus Nørgaard Peterson.
I know. I'm looking for him
as well.
I think maybe it was a course history. I don't remember where I saw him,
whatever.
But I remember seeing him at the top, and I do like Rasmus.
Yeah, he's playing well.
Total? I think it was strokes gained total. Nope, I'm striking out everywhere.
Whatever.
Yeah, but Rasmus Højgaard. I do like Rasmus Højgaard this week. Just another stud of a player.
Yeah, and Hautong he's just doing it everywhere, hey? He's just playing solid. And he's a Euro.
Yeah, we mentioned SH Kim. How about Michael Thorbjornsson? How are you feeling about him?
It's interesting because I like him on. He's like an Aldrich to me. When you get to these courses that are long, where everything's like par 5y, he absolutely demolishes par 5s. He's like so good on par 5s. How many par 5s does this course have? 4? They turned one of the par 4s into a par 5. There we go again, wasn't it? Didn't they turn 10 into a par 5?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't it a par 70?
1 now, I would imagine. So maybe there's 3 par 5s. So the less par 5s on a course for him, the worse, because I think he makes up his ground there like quite quickly.
Let me see if I can.
He's also 29-1. He's also been playing good golf, and this field is like, if anyone, like, I think something to think about when you're looking at names this week is we've just had anyone that's come from the 2 signature events. Don't freak out if they haven't played like fantastic, because they are playing against the world's best. This is the freaking Cognizant we're talking about this week, people. Yes. It's like, it's Corn Ferry to a plus, basically. It's Davis Thompson, Will Zalatoris, Alex Smalley. These are names we're talking about that are like less than 50-1. Will Zalatoris, 44-1.
Will Zalatoris.
We got talk.
You're gonna say a no?
At a course like this, I don't know. I don't even know what he does good anymore.
I'm just going to equate this to, okay, first of all, I'd like to see more play from a Will Zalatoris in order to make judgment calls. But if you wanted to get ahead of the field, this isn't a comp to Memphis, the St. Jude, but another Bermuda golf course down in the South. I don't have an issue with playing a Zalatoris.
Yeah, I just don't think he's the same.
It depends on price, right? I mean, those odds don't sound very great.
44-1 for Willie Z would probably have him high 7s.
And if it was 7,700, yeah, I actually would play Will Zalatoris.
I'm just making up numbers, yeah.
That actually, I think that's probably correct. There's 2 par 5s, by the way, Byron.
Yeah.
This is the golf course I have up. It's a par 70.
And you've got 10 as a par 4.
That's correct.
Which is, I think they now have it as a par 5.
Oh, okay. I'll have to make those updates. Yeah, I'll have to make those updates.
But it doesn't matter, but sometimes I think it does, because some people I have realized on par 5s, dude, I make a bogey on a par 5 way more often than I should. Way more. It's disgusting.
Is that because you get, why is that?
I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. It's something I've realized. But when you were mentioning you're the quarterback and you're very accurate.
Yeah.
I was the position that caught the ball first from the quarterback.
Okay.
So I would get it and I would crash ball. In rugby, I'd get it first, and then
I can see that from you.
By the time I caught it, someone was like,
dude, I'd love you as my tight end. Give me you as a tight end.
I'm 6 foot. I'm not gonna necessarily. I mean, back in my prime, I'd be a fantastic slot receiver. I was 182 pounds.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Nice.
You'd be mowing over cornerbacks. I know you as of now. You'd be mowing over linebackers.
Yeah. No. Now I would be a fullback. Now I'm a fullback. But that's not what we're talking about. Aaron Rye is interesting to me, Darbo, especially in the first round market. I think we're starting to see him. He played horribly today, but I think
he's been playing horribly
until this week.
He actually lost me money this week. To be honest with you, I could have still got my money back if Aaron Rye wasn't +4 for most of the day.
Yeah, no, it was bad. Also,
give me some birdies, dude.
I'm sweating in here because I closed the door. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna wake the kid up instead of melt away.
Take it off. Should I play some sexy music while you do it? I bet you I could.
It's a domino effect because what was that?
We're just playing some sexy music for you. I thought you were taking off your sweatshirt.
No. I needed to open the door so that the thermostat can realize that it's actually warm down here, because the door is stopping the thermostat from realizing it's hot. And then the 2 main vents are both in this room.
Gotcha.
And I'm sitting on top of one of them. So I can get hot in a hurry.
Understood. We were talking about Aaron Rye.
Aaron Rye. I think for a first round leader, I think he's back on the table. He's starting to do his thing.
I can sort this by a lot of things. We're on last 7 weeks of strokes gained stats, and it shows them playing. So that's kind of.
I think course history is the one we want to look at, yeah, for the most part, to start off with, because I think this course is quite sticky when it comes to course history. Guys that play well, yeah, play well, yeah. What's Adam done?
Adam Scott?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go to this page.
Oh, he's won it, yeah. He won this thing back in 2006, 10, 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He won it. But since then, not another top 10. You see, like, this is the thing with him. But again, just
this is interesting. Why
third.
was he not playing the last 4 years?
It's right after. I think it is right after.
Well, last year was right after Mexico.
Or maybe it was. He always plays API probably, and then it's the players, and then he probably takes the Valspar off.
Never mind.
Plays one or two Texas events, and then it's the Masters. I don't know. Maybe he's not trying to over golf himself early in the season before the Masters.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. But
so you saw Adam Scott, and you're like, okay, maybe I would play Adam Scott.
No, I think I'm out on Adam Scott again. Okay. I'm not going to overreact. He putted. He's not a good putter, and now we're on Bermuda again. So
Luke Clanton.
No.
Why not?
Dude, find Luke Clanton's recent form. Like, it's been bad. Yeah, you're gonna have to scroll, cuz if you're filtered by.
Well, no. I'm gonna do it by course history because that's the same thing we've seen. So yeah, it's a miscut, withdraw, miscut.
Yeah, not good. So,
but let me point. Now that he's doing TGL, do we think that invigorates him to play better golf?
Yeah, maybe he'll finish 60th now instead of 85th. What does your cousin think of that one?
He's not listening now. He's got his headphones on. Okay. So no one Luke Clanton. Okay. Yeah, I kind of wanted to see if I kind of feel the same way. I don't trust Luke Clanton. I actually don't even like him as a golfer. He's a bit, I don't know. He's a bit much. I don't
He's a gamer though, man. And his sisters are awesome. I met his sister at the John Deere Classic. We took a selfie together. She's such a cool dude.
Sure.
She's a dude. Course history. Let's go find some other guys we can make bad judgments on.
Bad judgments on. Okay.
Kevin Hughes interesting. We kind of just glomming over. He's been playing like bad this year.
Because he's hurt?
Is he?
He's withdrawn a bunch of times.
Oh God.
Let's see. I usually if they withdraw before the tournament, I won't have that in here.
That's a good point.
He has withdrawn, so I don't know what it is.
So let's leave him alone. There's nothing exciting about that, and there's only one finish. Ryan Gerard, yes, I'm all in on him this week. I think he'll be he might be the highest owned name this week, I think.
Honestly, I don't see anybody with good course history
Shane.
Shane Lowry for sure. Yeah. I don't mind playing Shane Lowry. I don't mind playing Gerard. I don't mind playing Adam Scott. The rest of the guys underneath there, I don't trust at all.
No.
At all. I don't even trust Keith Mitchell, who's down here with a 40.57 as his average finishing position. He's won here before, 2 other top 10s, but it's like, this is what I expect from this loser.
Yes. Yeah, if you go to his recent form, you'll see a lot more. You won't see.
Yeah, exactly. Right. He's a bum. Like, I can't.
I agree.
He's right here, 42.80. That's his average finishing position over the last. Hey, he's making each cut. There you go. You need a cut maker. There you go.
Good for you.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
No top
good
10s.
For you.
No top 10s.
Just being salty for no reason.
Only one top 40 though in the last 7 weeks.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't want. Good for us. Okay, look at us go.
This field looks disgusting.
What is Webb Simpson's situation?
Yeah. Hey, good call. I was looking at. I was going to bring him up before I brought up Keith Mitchell, but yeah, Webb Simpson. That's not
Fifth in 2018.
terrible.
I mean, whenever. There must be some better finish. Nope, just those three.
Never mind.
But he's back with Paul Tesori now, so they got that revived. What's he been up to this year?
That's some good information right there, Byron. I did not know that.
Yeah, he's back with his old caddy.
He's got a missed cut 3 weeks ago, and 6 weeks ago at the
55th.
Sony, it was a 55th place finish.
Yeah, nothing to write home about. Billy Horschel would be interesting to me.
I was just going to say, how do you feel about Billy Ho?
I have $1,000 worth of Billy Horschel in best ball, and it's likely why I'm not advancing a lot of stuff right now.
Okay.
What has he been doing? 2 missed cuts, the 74th. Like he made the cut at the Sony and started losing me points.
Yep.
Over the weekend.
Yeah, and he was 2 weeks ago at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
Beat what?
He was in people. A lot of my lineups because I thought he would be the Justin Rose of the year before.
Yes. This week, though, at this kind of, he's back now. He's a Florida guy.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I think that can completely, has he ever played well on the West Coast? I don't know. Florida, I think he prefers the Bermuda. He's much better on that. He putts better on that. He's a good putter. That's how he gets most of it done. And like we spoke about with Aldrich, it can go the other way around. If you start making good putts, the rest of your game gets back in line.
I wonder if I actually have something. Oh, I'm not going to be able to look at Billy Horschel. Not yet on the website. So my bad.
You can't just cancel out the.
Well, what I could, what I could do is we don't have to look at this. We would go. I'm going to clear all this out.
I like your strokes gain total tool.
This filter here and put in Billy.
Yes.
You're just not going to see him up in the summary. That's all.
That's fine.
You won't see him up here.
I want the round by round stuff anyway.
What I wanted to do, I don't know if I have it by state. That's what I was kind of thinking I could do it by, is I could put the state in here.
Well, we all know that he's, if you just do Bermuda grass, that'll also be.
I can do Bermuda. That's fine.
Basically the same thing as a state, more of a region, but.
Oh, you know what tool would be better to do it on? It'd be this one.
There we go. Yeah, this is what we were using last week.
Yep. So on Bermuda, the only crappy thing is I don't think it's going to include. Okay, it does have Cognizant. Perfect.
Yeah.
So let's do a comparison of non-Bermuda to Bermuda. How many years do we want to go back? Just like last 3, or do we want to do
3 or 4,
all career?
No, I would say minimum needs to be stop at 2021 for sure. But I kind of like using that as a baseline.
Okay.
Post-COVID stuff. But
so altogether, 43.15 average finish. Almost 10% top 5, which is that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
20% top 10, 30% top 20, and he misses the cut 27.52%. That's all.
Darbo. Just go and just take away the oldest years quickly and see what happens if a lot of that's being
if it gets worse or better.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm removing 2021. Miscut goes up. Top 5 goes. Yeah, it gets worse.
Okay, 2022.
So we went from 43.15 to 44.31.
Let's just look at his top 20 rate, which
just
is now
top
30%.
20 rates. Okay,
yeah, 30% right now.
So 30.28, it actually goes up.
A smidgen.
Nothing and miscut goes up. 22.2, we get rid of that. It goes down. Top 20 goes down. Miscut goes up. Oh, gosh. You get rid of 2023, and it actually goes up to 32.56. And miscut goes down. So he had a bad 2023, it looks like.
Yeah.
2024. Oh.
Ooh.
Goes down.
Good 2024.
And then 2025, no top 20s, no top 10s.
I know, man. And missed 40% of his cuts. It's just Didn't even make it into the Genesis, which means it's good. I was worried that he might have to play way too much golf, but now we get the Florida swing. I think he's flown over there, figured his stuff out.
Put in Bermuda, miscut goes down, top 20 goes up. Yeah, I mean, miscut is still down for Bermuda. That one is not good. Top 20 is not. It's about the same.
I mean, that
this
35% top 20
you get rid
rate
of the bad 2023. This looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 5s, top 10s. Oh my god.
I
Oh,
might have
oh my
I mean,
god.
he ended the year kind of well, didn't he? 2025. I don't know. What was I so obsessed about him for?
Yeah, no kidding. And he's coming off an injury or a hip surgery or something, right?
Might have been because he made that one birdie left-handed. I don't know. I don't know.
Dude, okay. Well, I'm glad to do that because I would have been in on Billy Horschel. Like, I mean, I will play him, but I am not going to anchor him in any of my lineups.
Sprinkle.
Yeah, it'll be a sprinkle type of thing and not an anchor type of thing. Okay. Man, see, this field just looks worse and worse the more
that's fine. This is where we find, like, if you want to be gross, like, I'm down to flip and slop around and shit with everyone, yeah.
Okay. How about Brendan Todd? He's in the field.
Brendan Todd's in the field?
Yeah.
He's broken.
He sure is. Where did I see him? I'm not sure. Was it? Oh, it'd be under. Well, let me go to recent. We are in under recent.
Darbo. I promise you now, we don't have to talk about Brendan Todd. He's not a good golfer anymore.
I know. I wanted to bring him up because you have such a deep love for Brendan Todd.
For his inverted correlation to height. Like,
yeah.
Dude, when I went to the BMW Championship at Olympia Fields, right, in Chicago, and I saw this tall dude walking around the course, and then by the time he got close enough to me for me to see his face, and I realized it was Brendan Todd, I was about to shit my pants because I can hit my 3-wood further than he can his driver.
Yeah.
And he's 6'4". He's like your height.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so bad at driving. Like, why would you not ever try use that height to even just get remotely better at hitting it further? Like,
because he's an entitled little shit, and he already knows he's tall. He's got those leverage points. He just has to work on, or he just only has to think about accuracy, and the ball goes out there, not that far.
Yeah. I also took a deep dive into like his career. He graduated from the KFT and then got onto the PGA and played. I don't think it was like he missed so many cuts. Then he went back to KFT and then came back to the PGA and then finally got his stuff together. He's got a fascinating career. What does your cousin think of that one?
Nothing.
Okay, let's leave Brendan Todd alone. Let's go back to guys of relevance here.
Do you like Carl Phillips?
I don't know. Let's look.
So I mean, he's on the top here. Missed cut 3 weeks ago, 38th, 18th.
Week 5 was Amex, right? Week 5.
Yeah, that's correct.
Week 6 was Sony, Amex, Farmers, Pebble. No. Waste Management.
Yeah, WM. Yeah. Yeah, WM, and then it was the first signature.
Pebble, Genesis.
This is playing Genesis. They're okay. Yeah.
Carl Phillips. What does he do? What does he even do well? I don't even know what this guy's like profile is.
Okay, let me go strokes gained last year and sort by course history, since that's what we have the sort on right now. Makes it easy. And I'll put them up at the top.
Yep. Beautiful. He is a
terrible golfer.
Yeah,
he's a golfer. Where was his win? I forget. He won a alternate event, right?
Yes. Was it? It was the one flight. Was it? Or was that what Fox won? Fox won the one flight. He must have won the CUDA.
He might have won
he will forever be the last person to ever win the Barracuda.
Let's clear that out. Finish. Oh my gosh. I cleared everything out. Okay, here we go.
There we go. Was it the
CUDA? Puerto Rico.
The Puerto Rico. Okay, so not the CUDA.
No.
But I mean, dude.
Can we find any correlations between the Puerto Rico Open and this course, this tournament? Despite it being, there's a ton of water all over, I guess.
Did you see score for the Puerto Rico? Do we know?
Minus 26.
Ooh. Yeah, wow. That's so. What happens if you filter on him by like the harder courses to easier courses?
Like scoring, winning score?
Yeah, or just hit the finish the score to par button and see like what happens when you start going down. Like, what are we expecting the score to be this week? In the 20s? What does the weather look like?
I would hope not. I mean, I guess if that one hole is a par 5 still.
Well, yeah. Where they're playing?
They're playing Cognizant.
PGA National. Do I have it in
PGA
here?
National.
I don't.
You looking up the wind?
PGA National Heliport in Florida. Resorts, the Palmer course. Okay, that should be somewhere nearby. Hopefully I'm on the right thing.
You know what? I'm gonna actually sort this by finishing a position, and I'm gonna put in hard.
Ooh, dude, there looks like. I mean, it was windy as all get up today. 38 mile per hour gusts this afternoon. And then on Thursday, it looks like there's going to be a nice AM advantage so far, which typically makes sense around Florida, right? As the day goes on, the wind like kind of picks up. But there looks to be wind up to 10 miles per hour both Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, let me switch us out here real quick. Let's see. Is this even the course? Oh my God. Look at Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It must be one of these. I don't know. But whatever. This is the area. If we go take a look at the weather here, I mean, Thursday, we're only getting 3-hour increments, but you can see like the afternoon looks
pretty calm.
Yeah, pretty calm, but like the morning looks like breathless. You know?
Yeah,
like they're gonna go low in the morning. Like the first round leader will come from the morning for sure, if this holds up.
I looked at the wrong numbers. I just saw wind gusts. I'm just looking at wind mile per hour.
Yeah, and then Friday is a bit of rain, and it seems like there's wind most of the day ish.
So my rule, Byron, when it comes to wind, 12 mile an hour wind makes choosing clubs a little bit trickier. So anything north of 12 is when I start to get concerned. 16 is usually the number to me that makes it really difficult, because 16 is like 1.5 club differences, and that's hard to determine when it's a cross, like a into you and off the left or into you and off the right. Like when it's a diagonal wind, that's when it becomes really challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But anything that's like 10, even 8, 9, 10, I don't care. Honestly, like people can make a big deal about it. I don't think it matters that much at all.
Right. But these guys are like so good, Darbo, that if you give one of them slightly better conditions, they're going to play better than the other people in the bad ones.
I don't know if I fully. Okay, so 3-2, yes. When it's that calm, I totally 100% agree with you. If it's like 2-3 and then it jumps up to 10-11,
6.
yes, because you're in calm, like just like dome golf type of conditions.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So especially at this course, remember we've spoken about how like just a little bit of wind with all the margins, like
yes,
if you're off by 2 yards, you could be in the water, versus like literally at this Genesis, you could have just been in the bunker kind of thing. So you never know. Again, I think this is going to be important to kind of potentially monitor, maybe want to hold off on some bets, because that's the best part about DFS is you're not locked in until you know everything for the week. Whereas betting, you're trying to get the best number, which usually shows up in the beginning of the week. But the best number is there because you don't have any information about the weather. The numbers change as more information comes in. So beware. There's a potential chance that some weather could impact. And oh my dude, it's hilarious because I got into golf content to be like a golf handicapper, to talk about people's swings, talk about people's stats. This week, aka the Genesis week, people were pestering me about weather, like non-stop. I know as much about the weather as you do. Like, I've done nothing in my life that makes me a better weatherman than you.
Yeah.
Like, I've done a lot more in golf that makes me a better golfer or better golf understander than some people. Like, I'm not a weatherman. And it seemed like last week was a very important thing to know what the hell the weather was doing. So anyway.
If I was to go on a weather rant right now, what I would say is people put too much stock into the weather because of the one or two times where weather has made a huge difference. Like if you go back in the last 2 years, I bet you can only find 2 tournaments where it's like, oh, well, you would go back, last 2 years, but you even go further back when Cam Smith won the Players, and that was so that was something you couldn't even predict because they cut the tournament short. Well, not short, but they delayed the tournament. So the people you thought were going to be in the bad weather wave ended up being in the good weather wave because they played the next day because the weather was so bad that they had to postpone it to the next day. So how do you predict that?
Yeah.
You can't.
And we all try to predict that the PM wave at the Genesis was going to have high winds. And then it rained so much that there was a suspension.
Yeah.
So that the people in the PM had perfect conditions for like half their round on Friday morning, which we figured. So when it comes to like stacking lineups, I think you tend to disagree with this, right? Because usually you might not know what the weather's doing, but if you at least give yourself a chance to have somebody or a full roster that is playing in the easier conditions, especially in a field like this where we don't really know. I mean, the consistency of these golfers in this field compared to what we've just seen, like Rory, Scotty, Tommy, we all knew they were going to finish inside the top 20. It's like, whereas this week, like, who the hell's maybe Shane is like the one person I think is going to finish inside the top 20 this week.
Right. If you went back to that Players Championship, and this is going to go back to the combinations of lineups that you can create. If you looked at who was inside the top 20 at that event and you saw, or inside the top 10, because I remember this vividly. Like I did this, I've done this so much. If you go back, you had 8 golfers from the AM wave, I believe, that were inside the top 10 and 2 golfers in PM. That was a split like that. The 2 guys that were on the opposite wave were expensive golfers. And if you put those 2 in a lineup, you could actually build a lineup that used like 49.6 of the salary and above. If you try to put any of the golfers together in that wave that got the advantage, you had to leave like $2,000 on the table to build the most expensive lineup of the golfers that you could have gotten. So I'm talking from this at a DFS perspective. Yeah. I get it from an outright perspective. You have to take, maybe it matters more in an outright thing, but when it comes to like a DFS lineup, even if you were to look at the top 10 of that week, you were never going to build a lineup that was even remotely close because there were some losers that were at the top of that leaderboard that, got an advantage because of the weather. How are you going to pick those guys?
You just you pick a side, man.
Yeah. And I believe like the difference between the optimal lineup and the GPP winning lineup was like 150 points or something. It was ridiculous. It was super high. It was between 100 and 150.
Jesus.
So it's like you were never going to get close to building the perfect lineup by weather stacking. Like, because,
I get it. I get it.
The propagators of this are the high end, podcasters, the guys that have, 20,000 or more. And they talk about the 2 events where weather mattered: San Antonio back in the day when Stephen Bowditch won the event and Brant Snedeker at the Farmers Insurance Open. Like, those are the only two times where a weather wave helped a Ben Raza or whatever win whatever contest they were playing. It wasn't even a Millie Maker at those times. It was just like the $5 GPP. It's like, okay, yes, congratulations, you won with the weather wave stack. That doesn't ever apply anywhere else at any moment for any other GPP. Like, just stop talking about that shit. It's so stupid. Okay. So stupid.
I do love you, Ben, by the way, in case you come to watch this when someone tells you. But we're getting Darbo's information, yeah. Don't do that stuff, people. That's the thing. It's like the good guys will just, I mean, I can think of the Open when Xander won. There was 1 or 2 days where like it just wiped out the whole Rory. I think Scotty was in the bad wave in that one.
Okay.
Or some, I don't know. I'm always on my bicycle during the Open. It's such a sad timing because I'm biking across Iowa whenever the Open's on. But that is like one place that you have to pay attention to the weather. So I don't know. But again, it's like a couple select spots, really. Mm-hmm. We're getting way off track again, people. But Carl Phillips.
Yeah, I had him on here because we were talking about, and so this is filtered out by hard conditions, or at least winning the winning scores between -8 to -14. That's what I have this filtered as, because that's what I'm anticipating.
You think it's single digits?
I feel like the traditional Honda Classic, Cognizant Classic, has always had this course play tough. Now with that par 5, that new par 5, I guess I can filter it out just differently, but I'm going to start here and we can look at all of the really tough scoring conditions. Carl Phillips, only one event where he didn't miss a cut. All the other ones he did miss a cut. And the one that he didn't was the Charles Schwab Challenge, where he finished 11th.
Nice. Yeah.
But I guess if I were to go in and change this now to what
I think like -15 and beyond. I think.
You think like -20 to -15?
Oh yeah. I mean, it could get even into the 20s, man. It's like going to be breathless out there.
Okay, so let's do 24 to 50.
Yeah.
Let's just include his win. -26. That's fine. -26. He's still cut rate percentage at like 50%.
Yeah, no good. And it's like that top 5 is it, really, right? That's it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's sorted by T's after cuts.
No, you're fine. But you can, if you just, like go DK points, you'll see like nothing will show up there for him. Yeah. Next best finish is like a T19.
Yeah, it goes from 1st to 19. So he's 6,300 there. That's great. That's the Wyndham Championship. I don't see much correlation between the Wyndham and the Honda.
I mean,
maybe there is. I don't know.
A little bit, but I wouldn't. He's 145 to 1 right now.
So we're going to move up. 6K range.
Yeah, he'll be $6,500 again. Yeah.
Well, at that price, I guess I don't have an issue. I mean, it almost looks like when he gets higher up in price is when he doesn't perform that well. When he's really low, he kind of, I don't know what that means, to be honest. I haven't done enough digging into it, but
I'm out on him. I've made up my mind. You won't see me playing him this week.
Okay. Sounds good.
Joe Highsmith, does he go back?
No.
Yeah.
He's a loser. He's a loser like JJ Spawn.
He's been playing. But do you want to know what happened with JJ Spawn?
What?
You know what I realized? At the Torrey Pines event, he got sick with some sort of viral situation, which gave him vertigo. But he's standing over putts, like trying to not fall over. It's like, this is the stuff we got to deal with. No one knew this. No one knows this.
Yeah,
I found a Golf Digest. Someone sent me a Golf Digest article about him being sick, and then a side effect of him being sick was having vertigo.
That's not good.
And vertigo doesn't just disappear.
No, it doesn't.
Jason Day's been a victim of vertigo like his entire career, kind of thing.
Yep.
It just shows
I've known people that have vertigo or have had it, and it will come and go when it pleases.
Yeah. And that's not good at all. Like, you can obviously tell that JJ is like not in it right now. He's regressed so hard. He's gone from like, he's not just playing elite golf or great golf anymore to good golf,
Yeah.
He's like just stumbling around there. Whatever. Gary Woodland is interesting to me.
Yes.
He's a very good wedge player, like low-key underrated wedge player for someone that's got he leads the season in ball speed.
You know what? I like this. So I love a profile like Gary Woodland's. He's got plus 0.28 or plus 0.228 off the tee, plus 0.22 approach, plus 2.84 putting. I just skip past the around the green. That's not a thing that I really care that much about. So this total of basically break even is much better because if you scrap this away, he's looking pretty good. So basically like 0.5 strokes. I'm going to sort this by stroke gain off the tee. So if we're looking at 0.5, that puts him like right here. Like in this range, Matt Kuchar and Jacob Bridges. So I bring that up because if he's priced, like the 18th most expensive golfer, he's right in line for where I think he should be priced.
What is he?
And his course history is pretty good. So
he's
like
90-41. He'll be like $7,000 somewhere.
Yeah.
Also, my dog is barking. Give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll be back. Keep scrolling around you.
Yeah.
You know what she does? She stands at the freaking door, barks at me. Then I open the door and then she goes straight to the fridge and stands at the fridge waiting for me to give her a carrot. I didn't realize this is what she's been doing. And she just refuses to come through the dog door anymore.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. So I like Gary Woodland. He plays this golf course pretty well. I like the ball flight that he's able to hit. He hits those low stingers. So when it gets windy, which obviously Byron has said that it's probably not going to be windy, I have no issue playing Gary Woodland. I like Gary Woodland quite a bit. I was talking about how I like Gary Woodland because of his shot shapes, basically. Being able to keep the ball under the wind or, piercing through the wind.
Yeah.
But you had said that it's not going to be super windy. I just think he's in a good spot. Like mentally, he's going to be at a golf course that he has played decently at. Like if I go back to his course history and we come down to Gary
if there's
Woodland,
no wind, Eric, he's not going to have to chip as much because he's going to be hitting a lot more greens.
So 2 missed cuts in 2024, 2025.
When he had a brain aneurysm type situation going on.
Right. So he's definitely in a better mental place.
Second,
I imagine we're going to get like this Gary Woodland that can get a top 10 or a top 5.
I'm in, dude.
Yeah, me too.
I like the course fit, and he's putting well. Like, you don't think of Gary Woodland as a decent putter. He's actually been putting kind of well lately.
Yeah, he has. I mean, we just kind of went over it with the
with the strokes gained there.
The positive strokes gained stats, yeah.
And to me, around the green this week is significantly less important because it only matters when I think there's wind.
Right.
They're going to be pounding green regulations. Do you have green regulation rates up here on this thing?
Not here. I just kind of keep this one simple because it's a cheat sheet, but we can look at either green and regs here or driving, whatever we want to look at. I have all the stats
green
here.
regulation rates for Gary.
Do we need to put any other filters on this? Do you just want to look at the last 2 years?
You know what I actually meant to ask is like what the green regulation rates at the Cog is. Like, I can just look on Darbo quickly.
I'm not going to be able to summarize that. I don't have that summary information.
No, it's fine. Last year at the Cog, we had GR rates 70%. What's the tour average? 65, 66 kind of thing. So
it's in the 60s. It's like
anytime you're in the 70s, it's like, I mean, you're only chipping 3 out of every 10 times. Like what's that? 10 times, so you're chipping 5 times around, basically. That was last year. If you take a look at the year before, 70.4 again. 2023 was when Chris Kirk won, minus 14, 64%. You know, that was windier. That makes sense. Chris Kirk's like a wind fiend. Seb Straka, minus 10, 63%. So the last 2 years, it's been significantly higher. Matt Jones, minus 12, 62%. So, I mean, these scores, minus 17, minus 14, minus 19 with Joe Highsmith last year. JJ Spot. So I think we're going to see high GR rates for sure.
69.38 is the tour average as of right now. That's just through these these 5 or 6 events. Sorry, these 6 events that have been played so far.
Yeah.
Kiefer, number 1, tied with Putnam. Kiefer's playing this week.
Is Putnam playing?
Let's take a look. I don't know.
But Kiefer is an absolute, I mean, he's a gamer as well. Him and Michael Brennan are almost in the same wheelhouse for me. And I think Kiefer's actually played better than Brennan this year.
By OWGR. I have to fix the player database because he's on here twice. One is under Johnny Kiefer and one's under John Kiefer.
So irritating. I hate that stuff.
Yeah, Andrew Putnam is playing. Terrible course history, by the way.
Yeah.
He did finish 11th here last year, though.
I mean, he makes sense at a course like this. You know, like, but I think we're missing, like, we have to remember to go back to Kiefer because I see there that he's losing around the greens. He's like Gary Woodland profile.
Okay. Let's talk about Kiefer then really quick. So it doesn't matter which one we're looking at.
He's like a short game loser, but ball striking superstar.
Yeah, I mean, if you take so if we're comparing him to Gary Woodland, it's about the same off the tee. Kiefer much better on approach. Obviously, he's leading the tour with green and reg, so that's just going to make sense. And then he's losing with the putter, but he's got the same around the green stats as Woodland.
Yeah.
If you just take 200 take 0.2 from his approach and add it here, it's pretty much Gary Woodland's.
Yeah, they basically score the same if you just take away the around the green stuff. Has Kiefer spike putted at all this year?
I don't have spike putting stats.
Well, no, like let's just go back and see any tournament. Has he had like a good putting tournament?
I see. I got you. I see
so
what
far?
You're saying. Yeah.
Because I think you're going to have to make a fair share of putts here this week, but at the same time, he's going to have so many looks.
I can't say Johnny Kiefer's name without sounding like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Johnny Kiefer. Every time I think I say it, like his name, it's just
Kiefer. I can't stop thinking about Reefer when I hear Johnny Kiefer. Round by round, love it. Putting, yeah. There's a couple. I mean, he gained 3 at RSM on Bermuda.
Hold on, sir. Yeah, this was by Bermuda. Good catch. I want to look 2026, 2025.
He won't have lots of stats anyway.
So his best putting stats were RSM Classic, where he gained 3, U.S. Open 2.5, Canadian Open. So not really, man. I mean, he's got. It's not a huge sample size either. So this might be like a 15% of.
Yeah, but most how much? It's more than half of his stuff he's losing with the putter, right? Like there's a lot more at the bottom there than at the top. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Much
slightly, yeah.
If they're all, this is all added up, I believe. I don't think this is by average.
Yeah, he's not losing -5 strokes total per round, so we're fine. That's a total. I don't know. He does he just ball strike places? Is he just going to go? Is he new Colin Morikawa?
Yeah, in all honesty, these right here, these zeros, like 0.96, I guess isn't that big of a deal to me, but this is almost all break-even stuff. So I would say the majority of his putting stats are fine, especially if he's a good ball striker.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to win, though, if you're not going to putt well on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
But top 10 you can ball strike your way into. Easy. And what is he? What is he going to be?
Are we talking about odds or are we talking about price?
Odds will tell us.
Johnny Kiefer is probably going to be 7,400, like he has been. There's just that potential that everyone still believes in, and I think that's what DraftKings is going to price him as. It's going to be the same.
He's 63-1, so he'll be in the sevens probably, for sure.
Ooh, maybe it'd be even higher, like 78, 77, which is still fine by me. I'd still play Johnny Kiefer. I actually, I'm feeling a bit more confident about Johnny Kiefer. He might be one of my confident plays this week, just by seeing he's at the top with GIR, like
birdie putt looks,
and his driver doesn't look terrible either.
He hits it far too.
Like the off the tee stats look great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Haotong? What's Haotong? Let's make sure we're staying on track of the guys. Were we looking for Putnam or were we looking for?
Let's do a quick dive in Putnam since we had brought him up too.
Yeah.
So 11th place finished here last year, but his course history is 60.33. So what has he done? 60.33. 11th. Oh God, it's just three events. A miscut in 2018 and a miscut in 2015. We pretty much just ignore those, right?
That's so long ago.
So this is just based off of price. What's his odds? 100-1 or greater?
Well, in the hundreds probably.
I mean, I liked Putnam last year. I thought he was just like a really good steady Eddie. You know,
he's 185-1, so he'll be like,
wow,
he'll be like close to min.
Wow,
he's with Mathieu Pavon. But okay, I'm still scrolling. Brendan Todd is 40. He's 4,500-1. So if you put $1 down on Brendan Todd at his outright price, you can win $4,500.
Can't wait for all those truthers out there. You know, the Brendan Todd truthers.
Oh my God, that would be incredible. I love looking at this range of Cam Davis, 460-1. I mean, he's fallen off the planet, man. Anyway, so Andrew Putnam, what has he been up to lately? What he was trying to win the Amex at one point this year.
Yes, he was. So loser off the tee, gains everywhere else, including around the green. So we don't really tend to like that when it comes to.
Yeah, it's not a great, but he also can. The thing is, that putting can now count. The fact that he's a good putter as well is not a bad thing. You know, like if you're a good short game guy, it doesn't matter, because then instead of having to chip more, which you're also good at, you're also good at putting anyway, which you're gonna have to do a lot more. Yeah. So I'm cool with that being his thing. He's
second place finish at the Amex, and then the following week at Torrey, miscut. Big boy golf course.
Yeah, pull up he's not going to do anything at Torrey Pines. He's like Brendan Todd, basically, but I think he's actually built like the way Brendan Todd should be. The way he drives it. Has he done anything else lately? You see, like the Sonys and things like Bermuda.
What do we want to sort by?
Most recent to, 25th at the RSM. Oh my God. On Bermuda, short course. Barracuda tee. This is a Barracuda type of field, man. I am, for what his price is, you just need a top 20 from him.
Oh, yeah.
And he could give you a top 10.
Russell Henley Jr.
Russell Henley Jr. You know, I had a nightmare about Russell Henley Jr. last night.
What?
He was chasing me and Caitlin and Piper around a hardware store.
What?
He was trying to murder us, man. I don't know what the deal was. Russell Henley was chasing me down, me and my family.
What?
He was pushing a shopping cart, and we were like trying to get away from this guy in a hardware store.
God, dude.
But there was a massive lake in the hardware store. It was just
what were you watching?
Rick and Morty. I watched Rick and Morty before I went to bed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How many edibles did you have?
0. I was at Riverside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bermuda courses though, I'm not really digging.
Sony?
Yeah. Players is a overseed. Valspar is an overseed. Valero is patchy, but mostly an overseed. He's just, Bermuda just doesn't look good, dude.
I'm not too concerned, dude, about he's a good putter in general.
I think he's a bent grass specialist, honestly. Barracuda's bent grass, greens. Freedom Open would be bent grass too, but that's a big boy golf course, too big for him.
Not what he. I think we should probably zone in more on like short courses for him. Like I think he's more a short course specialist than anything else.
Total yardage
7,100. Yeah. A lot less miscuts.
Yep, a lot less miscuts. You're right. You're absolutely right. Here, I'll use this tool over here. This is a better tool to look at.
I like this part of the show. It's like super chilled, and we just nerding out over guys.
Absolutely. What is the actual yardage for this? I'll
pull it up. You pull your stuff up. I'll tell you right now. It's $7,100 on the money.
Okay.
Yards, not dollars.
Yeah. I knew what you meant.
Average driving distance of 285. That's not going to put Andrew Putnam at a disadvantage.
No, not at all. Not at all.
That's what his driving average is, probably.
Let's do what we do. The same thing we did with Gary Woodland. I don't remember.
Yeah. It was Billy.
Oh yeah, Billy Horschel. Yeah, Billy. Billy.
Which we are not doing this week, by the way.
Right. 20% top 20, 31% miscut.
What are we filtered on? Yeah, short courses.
Nothing. Short courses. Yes, short courses. Yeah.
Okay.
So 18% top 20, 32% miscut. We remove 2021. That goes down for miscut and up for top 20.
Mm-hmm.
Top 20 goes 22.2 and miscut 27.78. Remove that, top 20 gets worse. So 2022 was a good year for him, and miscut was not great. So 2022 was a solid year. Ooh.
Ew.
It is getting worse and worse.
Oh, God. Okay. But look.
Listen, Linda.
Listen, man. He's free. He's going to be $6,100, $6,400, whatever,
it's still not good.
I mean, for the price you're paying for this guy, I'm cool with it.
Okay. Yeah, for the price, I agree. I was hoping to see a little bit better, but
185 to 1. I mean, you can get a top 10 for him for 10 to 1. Put down $10, you win 95.
Mm-hmm.
For a top 10, you probably want to do the top 40 market for him, really, but that's going to be spendy. Okay, cool.
Let's do let's just fire through. Let's not do a huge stat.
Cool. Let's do.
Okay, so we'll start up here with KH Lee. I'm not gonna. Don't care. Don't care about KH Lee. Do you?
We've got no recent form. I mean,
that's right. Davis Riley. I'm interested.
Yeah. I mean, at the Sony? I feel like Sony is not a terrible recent form bucket to kind of glom onto if you're researching.
I thought he was either leading this event last year or had a lead. Maybe I'm wrong. Like at some point in time. Maybe not.
45. It's not a terrible course history rating.
No.
Yeah. Cool. I'm in on Davis Riley.
Chris Kirk.
Ooh.
I'll actually go back to Chris Kirk. I think everybody, you get the Pat Mayo bump a couple times. Other people are just going to be like, nope, don't care. If no one's talking about Chris Kirk, I would just like him that much more.
He's in the same range as like Max McGreevy, I saw someone ask about, so we might want to touch on him too. But he's 53 to 1, Chris Kirk.
Okay.
He'll be that's $7,700 range. So
yeah, if he's less than 8,000, sign him up, or I'll put him in my lineups, no issue.
Yeah, and he's got a good course history here too. So I think
I don't know what happened to Cam Davis.
I don't think Cam Davis knows what happened to Cam Davis.
Yeah, there's just something weird with how blotchy his skin is. I feel like he got sick, like he's got some kind of something.
He did get sick for a long time.
Was it like an immune disease or something?
Yeah, like for like a year he was like sick, and then we finally saw him get healthy. I think it was at the Players where he like but that was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, he spikes here and there. I mean, I remember when he was just playing god awful, and then he was contending at the PGA Championship like a few years ago or 2 years ago,
and
then
won the Rocket.
Then he won the Rocket. That's right.
Out of nowhere.
That's a no, easy no for me.
Same with Van Rooyen. He's just.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him either.
He hasn't made a cut this year. So
was he one of those that were in question and going to live?
It was Higo that was the biggest problem, I think.
No, okay.
And he looks like he got paid by Liv the way he's playing right now.
How do you feel about Seabez this week?
If you're looking for a top 40, I think it's the way to go. I just don't see he just doesn't have the upside, man.
Nope. I don't trust him.
He could be like a stat fish kind of a play too, because
gotcha.
But I don't think he'd miss cuts. He's just like a floppy fish on the side of the bank, like
he's just there.
Yeah,
he's there.
No Streelman.
Yeah, no Streelman.
No Hubbard. He's lost his juice as well. He used to
I'll probably put him in 3% of my lineups.
Yeah. Patrick Rogers, though, is intriguing to me.
Yeah, I always thought he was just a California specialist or a POA specialist, but I do remember him playing pretty decently on Bermuda over the last couple years.
Yeah. He finished third at the Sony, putted really nicely on Bermuda there. He's had a couple spike putting performances this year, and the irons have been a bit of a problem, but I don't know if I like him on this course that much, but
yeah,
maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I'll play him a little bit, especially if he's like $7,000, which he might even creep in the 8K range for this event just because of how weak the field is.
Yep.
Maximum Homa.
Medium Homa. I don't know.
I think at the beginning of the year, I'm like, I think this guy's going to win twice this year. And what I've seen reminds me a lot of what I saw last year. I feel like he tries to get too cute with his game.
Yeah.
He's trying to be a shot shaper, and he isn't.
I don't know what his deal is. And he also used to be like such a savage in contention. Like if Max was inside the top 5, you had a good chance he was going to give you one of the best rounds of the tournament on Sunday. I was at the John Deere with him in the rain, and like I watched him 3-putt from like 20 feet on, one of the final 4 holes. He looked like a whoopee cushion, just stuff, just like air, just like seeping out of him.
Yeah,
I don't trust him to like get it done anymore.
I don't either, and I don't feel the need to play him at the Cog at all.
Same.
Dylan Wu, I can just skip over him. I don't care. Alex Smalley, I like him, but this might. I like him a lot at this golf course.
Yeah. Ball striker,
And he's a Southern boy. He's a Carolina boy.
Okay.
So I feel more confident playing. I like golfers in the regions that they're from.
I agree. I think that's a solid assessment. And
Don't
he's playing fine. He's playing fine this year.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and I also think he's good enough to win on tour. I would say that, like I've said this before, everyone out here is capable of winning, but like for this year, I think Alex Smalley he's gonna scare the top of the leaderboard in like a handful of events. He's
got the skill set to gain enough strokes. Whether or not his brain can handle the pressure is yet to be seen.
We shall see.
Nick Dunlap is very interesting because
tell me more.
If you take away drive, if you're hitting at 285 yards, he got back up to 180 ball speed, 180 plus ball speed now. Because at one point I think he was sub 170 kind of thing when he was driving it really badly. So it seems like his swing has freed up a little bit, and I don't expect him to hit a lot of drive here. He's probably going to be whacking 3-wood off the tee.
Yeah. So I guess if I saw better form heading in, like the withdraw at American Express, I don't remember Tom and Marty. I think the Twitter account brought up like, shouldn't he be losing more off the tee because he's hitting it off the planet? They just found the fairways of different holes.
Yeah.
And that still counts as fairway.
Oh my God. Yeah. that WD is very concerning, actually, and he hasn't done anything since that.
He WD'd because he was hitting all over the planet. It wasn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, maybe he had an injury. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Alone.
I don't want to play him.
Yep.
I don't mind Mac Hughes. Solid player. I think he's going to make the cut here.
I like him at like short game heavy courses more.
Okay.
Like chipping courses.
Okay. Don't care for the Seagull at all.
No.
Ricky Castillo is a. I don't mind playing this guy in the 6K range. Yeah.
I like him a lot out of the rough as well.
I don't care for Adam Schenk this week.
Let's check. What has Adam done here quickly? Sorry, I know you said. I think I like him. He's like a course history guy for me. If he's done something.
85, 56, 42nd, or miscut, 36, miscut, 30, 29.
Solid-ish, whatever. Nothing inspiring.
Did I go too far? What was this?
Joel Damon. I don't mind you being on Joel Damon there.
Oh, okay. We're right here.
Yeah.
We'll get down to Joel.
Okay.
Doug Gim, I don't care. I think he's better on POA than anything, but he did finish 11th here last year. Kevin Roy?
Yeah. Why not?
I'm for it too.
Yeah. He's miscut or T13.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll take that.
Eckroat has won here before, but has a 57th place average finishing position.
He's one of these guys that he'll just show up any given week and play well, man.
Mm-hmm.
When you never really expect it. So I don't know. Sprinkle.
I mean, between him and Eric Cole, I'd rather play Eric Cole.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. Adam
Svensson. He was someone a lot of people were on in the beginning of the year. Like your pal, the guy that's like, I like your energy, pal. And your
yes.
He was a big Svensson guy at the beginning of the year, but he was also a big Frankie Sappin guy last year, and neither one of them, or Sappin, didn't actually pan out. So
I think Adam Svensson's one of these guys that you play him at these kind of courses.
I do too. I agree. Like RSM Classic, he's won that tournament.
Yeah,
so
like dinky places that the driver doesn't have to, because he doesn't hit it far, right? So he's like Andrew Putnam, but Canadian.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. That's a great comparison.
Maybe a worse putter. I don't know.
Yeah,
how good is it? I don't know, but whatever.
Right.
Similar stuff.
Bryce Garnett. I'll play him.
Yeah.
He's pretty good on coastal tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So don't mind this. 11th place finish last year.
Yeah, like him a lot.
Maximum Gravy.
Yeah. This is if there's a max market, I think he's the best finisher of the maxes.
I don't disagree. I actually, watching him play, I didn't watch him play this last week, but watching him play at Pebble Beach, that guy, if he could putt, he would have been in contention to win, I think.
Yeah. And now we just get a change of surface. Maybe still bad at putting, but Bermuda's better for him. I don't know. 4th year last year.
Yeah. Joel Damon. Another coastal track. He's won on coastal tracks. I don't have an issue playing Joel Damon.
Yeah. Doesn't get penalized for shortness off the tee. He's just going to pound fairways, pound greens. He's a solid wedge player. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Taylor Pendrith. This doesn't seem like a good course for him.
WD'd as well. He's out.
Okay, good. Because then I wouldn't have wanted to play him. I'll go back to Vince Whaley though.
I think Vince Whaley missed more cuts this year than he did all of last year.
And he's been known as being the cut maker.
I know. That's why I drafted so much of him in Okay.
David Lipsky.
Yeah,
you like him?
Yes. He's like, pull up David Lipsky's strokes gain stuff. You're going to see like some wild approach numbers. He's a very good iron player at times. He just does not know how to putt.
I'm going to go to event. I don't need to see round by round.
Yeah.
All right, this is in order. on the way down. What am I looking for? Just
1.5 strokes on approach, 2.7 on approach, last at the RSM, 2.7, 1.9, 3.8. Like last couple starts have been dialed.
I see. Yeah, okay. That's really hot, actually. We just take 2026 or... And I still have filters on, I think, somewhere. Oh, the short courses. Do we want to keep short course on here or no?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I think I like him on them.
So these are all the short courses, and his approach game is he has more positive approach stats like records than he does negative.
Yep.
I guess if I sorted by here are all of his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I flip that upside down, well, it's more than 8.
Yeah, more than 8.
Tell.
Yep.
So yeah. Oh God, it's 5.74 the Sony Open in 2023.
Yeah. The Sony Open, man. Look at all of those.
2025. Holy hell.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like him, yeah.
His green and reg is pretty good too.
Yes. I mean,
he's
you
only
could
been
probably
under
see him
60% 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
I mean, you could see him hit 80% of his greens and just lose 1 million strokes putting this week, but he's actually been putting.
That's okay.
Fine lately too.
I want my golfers to have opportunities. That's the biggest thing. Oh yeah, I can sort by golfer, and then that's how it does it.
Ooh, nice.
Or maybe not. I thought it did. It's supposed to. Okay, never mind.
Whatever. Alrighty.
I'm just gonna pick out some names now.
Yep.
We don't have to go down the whole list.
I'm also starting to get tired too.
Tom Kim.
No.
Yeah, same. Marty Schmid.
No.
You're a big guy on SH Kim though.
I
like SH Kim.
Yep. Round 1 leader for sure.
Sammy. I'll mention Matt Wallace because he's an Englishman, and I made that comparison to Lee Westwood earlier. Sure. So same with Danny Willett, I suppose. Sami Välimäki, sign me up.
Yeah, I like him.
Seems like a good course for him.
Yeah.
I like Mac Meisner just in general. I think he's got a potential to play here. This is crazy. I don't really care. Do you care to talk about any of the guys down here? Do you see a name that you just want to point out and just be like, "Ooh, I want to play that guy"?
Scroll a bit more.
This is it.
That's good. That's it. Yeah. Well,
this is just for course history. Otherwise, these guys up here do not have course history.
Okay.
And this is a lot of golfers.
Yeah, it is. Neil Shipley is someone that's really intriguing to me because he was gaining 1 million strokes on approach at the Waste Management and was literally wiping them all out with the putter. He barely made the cut, but he gained like 6 strokes on approach or ball striking before he made the cut, and barely made the cut, gaining like so much on approach. It's really impressive what he got up to. So if he just figures out the putter, we're back in business with that guy.
How do you want to end this? Because I'm also feeling the late night.
Let's end it now.
Okay. I was just gonna say, do you want to end it with like 6 golfers you like, or just?
Buddy, we've given people 1 million golfers we've liked for like, what's this now? 190 minutes.
Yep.
What's up?
I'm cool. I'm cool with that in it now.
The Weatherman B, Blades Brown, 200 to 1. He's interesting.
That should have been a name. We should probably talked about Blades Brown.
Blades Brown.
Yeah.
And then final comment here was Andrew Putnam without Grifkin and Bridgman without those markets. Yeah. We'll see.
All right. Well, you are you're gonna be with Kenny tomorrow, right?
Kenny tomorrow. He crushed in DFS again this week. He's doing great. So
super good.
Tune in, people. He's giving you all the goods right now. Then I'll have, who do I have this week? I've got Luke, GS Luke, coming on to chat some bets and some stuff for this week on my show, Back 9 Bets. So what you got going on? You got 2 shows again this week now.
Yeah, Tuesday I'll go live. It's going to be normal as usual going forward. This was just an anomaly week where I was in Vegas. I don't really tend to go to Vegas that much, and I don't have a lot of vacations. So Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, or 9 p.m. Eastern, like we do it here. I'll be going through my strategy video, which is just going over all the pieces that I do for the sweet spot process. And then Wednesday night, I do a members only stream for YouTube members. You got to be a white tier member and above in order to see that. That's $4.99 a month. If you sign up as a YouTube member for $4.99, I will take $4.99 off of your subscription to sweetspotdfs.com for a monthly subscription, I should say. So
nice.
My whole thought process is I don't want you spending more than $20 a month because I'm kind of a cheapskate myself. So I understand how it feels to have to pay for something. So I like to offer that together. Unfortunately, it doesn't really show that anywhere on my stream or on my website, but that is what I'll do for you guys. So if you want to go check it out, we obviously used most of the website as we went through all of this. And if it wasn't that, it was Power BI, which is connected to the website.
It's the website. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the website. So yeah, that's Wednesday nights, and look for more updates on sweetspotdfs.com because I am just obviously trying to advance that as much as I possibly can. So,
oh yeah, man, you do. I love your tools. Love your tools.
As do I. As do I.
Takes
And
a
if
tool
anyone
to
has
make
any
a tool.
suggestions, let me know. If you got suggestions, let me know. I can always update on the fly or create something brand new.
You love doing that. So awesome stuff, people. Thank you so much. I mean, decent amount of guys. We had 500 people view, 497 views on my last week's video.
I saw that. That was pretty good.
That was nice. It's pretty solid. You know, I don't think I've eclipsed 1,000 on my actual back nine bets before ever. So we'll maybe do that. I think we're gaining some momentum. We've done this, 4 of the 6 or 5?
Yeah, we missed out on 2 tournaments, I believe.
We're cruising. And one of them was a Super Bowl.
That's right.
So no one was going to watch anyway.
Probably not.
All right, Dobbs.
All right, Byron. I will check you out on the next one.
All right, buddy. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.